That should be fine. Let's make sure everything sounds all right before we get on with it. That should be fine. Let's make sure everything sounds good. Sounds good. Where are we at? It is Warhammer Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. The Wednesdays where we talk about Warhammer. On the docket for you today is a podcast. We have invited on Tom Brady. He's going to talk to us about being super rich and successful. I asked him what does that have to do with Warhammer. He broke a beer bottle over my head and slurred through a sentence. So I'm sure that's going to work out fine. My producers are definitely doing a good job. They've put together a great show for everybody. I'm not mad at all. The writer's strike continues, so I have no material. I can't think of anything. I always read a script, so this is real bad. We might be fucked. We might just be fucked, you guys. What up, Phoenix King? How you doing? Dumb bullshit aside, do have the Friday Night Fights Tournament of Champions today. That's Cool Umbrella's tournament series where I believe you can only sign up if you've won one of his previous Friday Night Fights. And yeah, this is only people who won those, and it's time to determine who is the best Friday Night Fighter of the Friday Night Fighties. Fighting-esque. Yee. Strat Game and Cool Umbrella themselves are not here. They are busy with real life stuff. That's sad. It's sad they can't even defend their titles as the late night grind lord champions. Check-ins are not done yet, I don't believe. I don't believe so. Yeah. So when those are done and locked down, we'll see who's actually in this thing. But right now we have 13 players. Based off the 13, if I had to pick a favorite and a dark horse, probably Blood Penguin. If you're out there, I love you. You're great. You're amazing. You have been playing a little loose recently. You've not been playing like the Blood Penguin terror of the ladder of old. So I'll give you Dark Horse, but not main billing. I think Raced might be the favorite. He's been playing real good. Real good. Yeah. So, we're just waiting on the start. It's not my tournament, so I can't do the things. Best of 3 all the way through. Land battles, basic stuff. Pick 3, ban 2. ER. Oh, and the winner of this gets the next 2 DLCs from Cool Umbrella, which will be nice. Because I actually do still just buy the DLCs. So even if I win it, I can use it. Content creators get early access, but when the stuff goes live, you have to buy it like everybody else. What up, Vincent Red, Lamb Sauce King, Fat Kid at Recess, Strix. We have Warhammer Wednesday. We're playing Friday Night Fight Tournament on a Sunday. That is the joke, Phoenix King. You've pointed out the joke. Hell yeah, CJ. I love rigging things. I put tea in my honey, yes. I put honey in my tea. And now this whole cup is just a mess. How is everybody? I'm hoping to have a quieter week coming up. This last week was a little insane. We had 5 streams in 6 days, I think. So we had the new player tournament, the faction face-off, then the late night face-off. Oh, and then I went to a wedding, and now we're doing this stream. So 4 streams in 5 days. So next week, I'm going to do a new play tournament like we do every week. Probably a Gladiator for Fun stream. I love those. And then I think I'm casting the Warhammer Fight Club for Umbrella next weekend. I believe that's what WFC stands for. I believe. I am the Dark Horse and all the other horses too. What up, Big JP? He always knew Hubby was a Packer. Oh, I didn't really pay attention to the teams, dude. I don't watch football. I just had to do like a Tournament of Champions thing. So just looked up Hall of Fame on Google and threw down some stuff. I also paid attention to myself for putting the Skaven, and then everybody else I just said, fuck it. Because I put Tomb Kings, Beastmen, and Grand Cathay, and then I just looked at the challenge bracket and grabbed 3 names out of there. So I don't know if John F.B. plays a ton of Tomb Kings. I don't know if Lenormand plays a lot of Beastmen, but those are the ones they got. Because fuck you, you're not me. Winner gets you and boys blue carrots. I love how that's a thing. I was just using that as like a... As a metaphor. Oh, Phoenix King. Not every gladiator has to have an animated end result. Sometimes it's just fun. Dude, everybody's posting YouTube content right now about like the paragraph long release that CA did for the Grand Cathay Lord, the Jade Dragon or whatever. Whose dog is that? My neighbor's. Yes. It loves barking. Every time it comes inside, it has to bark. It just barks. We have windows open. Here in Minnesota, it is 79 degrees, so not too bad. So we just have the windows open so we're not blasting AC when we don't have to. Last week was super hot, so we had to rely on the AC for that one. Yahar. I will be tryharding today. Doesn't mean I'll win, but it also means I won't be trolling. Okay, what do we got? 6? 5. So we ended up with 11 players. Cool Umbrella's back in. Some other people didn't check in. Erased is still here. Blood Penguin's still here. Umbrella got added in and we lost some people. So I will keep my same picks. I'll go with Race as a favorite. Blood Penguin's Dark Horse. And I got to fight biggest JP right away if the bracket is live. Which doesn't say it is just yet. Not just yet. Chat, why am I so sleepy? This last week I've just been tired. No matter how much sleep I get, it doesn't matter. Still tired. Oh, God, it burns. It hurts. Owie. Alright, my tea is not ready just yet. Oh, whoever wins between Big JP and I has to go lose to Lenormand. Lenormand destroyed me yesterday? 2 days ago. 2 days ago. We played a best of 3. It was not close. I tried a for-fun Skaven build versus his Beastmen, and I learned why for-fun does not often win. And then game 2, I was tryharding on Greenskins versus High Elves, but he completely clapped me, and it was like, alright. G fucking G. Okay, I ended up with Phoenix King, not Big JP. But I dodged Lenormand. So that is good. That is good for my tournament chances, that Lenormand is not my second opponent. To fight Phoenix King, Cool Umbrella, and then the winner of Sabrus and Rocket, and then the winner of all this stuff. So that's a pretty easy path for me. Like, if we're talking about skill level, out of 10, I'm a 10 out of 10, and then like 0 out of 10, 0 out of 10, 0 out of 10, 5 out of 10, 5 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 0 out of 10, 0 out of 10, 11 out of 10, but I'm not believing in the Pengu today. So I don't know, pretty easy tournament, pretty easy life. Said 3 times for the tea, boil water, steep, and cool. Yeah. Alright. Umbrella says we're live. So Phoenix King, I know you're in the chat. I'll host up a lobby for you, buddy. Phoenix King's one of my admins. He's a good dude. He is a good dude. You're a 7, but I did it. Human Boy is always getting the easier side of the brackets. Dude, where do you think my Patreon's money goes to? It's bribing the tournament hosts. Gotta get that bribe money in. Alright, Cliff of Beasts, Bloodpine Wood, and Doc Karaz versus the Phoenix King. I'm top of the bracket, so I gotta pick first. Pick 3, ban 2. Can't ban the same thing multiple times. Alright. Let's see. What is my pick 2 these days? Pick 3 these days. On a big map. I've actually been playing a lot of Demons of Chaos, but not on a big map. Big map is poo-poo stinky for demons. Let's go with Skaven. And Norsca. And Doom Kings, no. Ogre, no. Doom King, no. Skaven, Norsca, and who? On a big fucking map. Phoenix King changed his name to 0 out of 10. God damn. I'll do Empire. Skaven and Norsca and Empire ban. Who are we banning? The counters 2 of my factions ban Skaven. Because he could go Skaven, ban Norsca, and then I'd have a Skaven mirror, which everybody knows I'm bad at, and Skaven vs Empire, which is Skaven favored. So get rid of that. Get rid of Skaven. Get rid of Lizardmen. No, Dark Elves. Fuck Dark Elves. Ban Skaven and Dark Elves. Seems fine. If he goes Bretonnia, Skaven can do fine against Bretonnia. If he bans Skaven, then Norsca and Empire both. I have some ideas on how to play that matchup. If he goes Ogres, Norsca's good into Ogres. Empire's decent into Ogres. So the 2 OP factions I'm really worried about I have counters for in this pick 3. If you went Grand Cathay, that's not a faction I've seen Phoenix King play too much, but if he goes Grand Cathay, Skaven can handle it, Empire can handle it, so Norse would be the bad pick there, but he would go Grand Cathay, ban one of my 2 good picks, and I'd just go with the other one. Put myself in the second round. If I don't get back by the time of my turn, you guys can bypass me, but I should be there. Alright. Romeo J, how you doing? Android Poetry. I put myself in the final, but I'm in the bathroom. You take my place. Which tier is Dark Elves currently? Yeah, Rocket got it right. A or B. They're still really good. They're really strong. It's just whether you consider them, you know, just under the best of the best or just like in the middle of the pack strong territory. Another thing kind of skewing the results, in my opinion, there's no data to back this up, but in my opinion, we've had so many metas in a row where Dark Elves were super, super strong that a lot of people played a lot of Dark Elves. So now even if, like, pretend Dark Elves are B tier and pretend Demons of Chaos are B tier. Pretend, right? Let's pretend that they're actually the same level. Well, if most of the player base has 8 months of grinding Dark Elves and none of them have ever played fucking Demons of Chaos, which of those is going to look better right now? Right? So I do think Dark Elves are buoyed a little bit by the fact that so many people have played so much of them that there's just a good amount of comfort there. And they're still a strong faction, but the Malekith price hit? Yeah, that, and then Scourgerunner Chariots got kind of murdered. How's Norsca? Norsca's good. I like Norsca a lot. They're very, very strong against a lot of the good factions, like Ogre Kingdoms and Dark Elves and stuff. So I think they're middle tier, but they punch above their weight because they counter a lot of the S and A tiers. Also high. All right, he's going High Elves, ban Skaven. So we have High Elves versus Norsca, or High Elves versus Empire. That'll be an Empire pick from me. Because I can't figure out High Elves versus Norsca. I know it's not actually that bad of a matchup, but I just, like, can't figure it out. So, rip. Empire it is. Impero versus the dank tank elves. Now this is where we do the big things. And do what it does. And do what it does. Alright. Tell me if you guys can hear the dog too much. That fucking neighbor's dog. I don't know what I can do about it. I guess I could close the windows, but it seems like a huge pain in the dick because she's just letting her dog stay outside and shout at us. Anyway, focusing on the build. Picking a lord is always the toughest part versus high elves, dude. Hey, Strat game. What up, Strat? How are you doing? Warrior Priest, Lord, and Hero for those stacking melee attack and ward save buffs. God damn it. Okay, I'll try to deal with it in a second. Try is a pretty key word in that sentence. Stupid dog. Worst comes to worst, just bring Hazel in. Oh, Hazel will make that a lot louder for you. She will loud it up. Okay, sorry. I got distracted. Dog's gone now, so I don't know what happened to it. The Nation Calls Hubs? What up, Scroot? Of course I answer. All I do is answer. God damn it. It's back. It's back. Back again. Shady's back. Kill your friends. What? I didn't hear nothing. I ain't no snitch. This is probably a terrible idea. But I'm ready to roll them bones. Yeah. Yeah? No. Yeah? No. It's a Demigryph Knight or not Demigryph Knight. What do I do? What do I do? Send it. We send it. Alright, I'm gonna close the window. I have two windows in here. One's facing away from the dog, so hopefully if I close the one facing the dog, maybe it'll get better. Let's do this. Oh, I haven't changed the scorecard. Whoops, my bad. My bad, everybody. Should have done that. So we have 0 for NC Hubby. The other side we have 0 for XMT the Phoenix King. And his name is always super long, so I'm going to take out the. There we go. That fits better. Alright, we have this build. So, the thought behind this build is I think my opponent was going to go multiple bolt throwers to deal with war wagons. And I'm not going to take any war wagons, because I generally don't like them and don't play well with them. But, suspecting my opponent will bring Eagle Claw bolt throwers for the war wagons, I have gotten a whole bunch of missiles to walk up and shoot at the bolt throwers while not presenting amazing targets. And to just attrition the high elves down. They do have silver shields on a lot of their stuff. Like their spearmen and such, but still, their armor isn't incredible, so the crossmen can do okay. And then we have some silver bullets and handgunners to do some good damage. I have Gelt on foot and a Jade Wizard on foot to heal Gelt. In case the enemy has Spirit Leech, then I can just Earthblood away the Spirit Leeches. But this does give me 2 casters, and keeps my Lord nice and cheap. I was looking at the other Lords, but it's like, I don't really want to take Boris Todbringer or Franz into High Elves, personally. And that's like a 2,400 gold Lord, and then I would still need a caster. So I wanted to take Gelt as a cheap caster Lord, but then he could get Spirit Leech, so I take this guy on foot. And if you ever wonder why I shit-talk Demons of Chaos and the Warhammer 3 roster so much for being expensive, this foot Jade Wizard with only Earthblood and Power Stone is like 500 gold. Gelt on foot with 2 spells and Metal Shifting is like 695. These 2 casters together costs less than a hero Warhammer 3 caster on foot with 1 spell, like a Plague Ridden or the Iridescent Horrors of Tzeentch. They're horrifically overcosted. So these guys together cost me about 1,000 gold. I do have Empire Knights and Demigryph Knights. Their high armor values will make it tough for the High Elves to deal with them, plus if I support them with Plague of Rust, reducing the High Elves' armor, I should be able to actually get through their cavalry. That's the thought. We'll see if it works. Like, this build could just suck and die, but there's my thoughts on what it's supposed to do. Not there yet, you're a passenger? Oh, I see. Not cooks. NC's hubby now part of clan? Yeah, I joined some friends on the night crew. I haven't been a part of a clan since RTK. And then just a couple friends of mine were making a clan, and they were like, hey, you want to join? I'm like, I haven't been on a team in a while. Like, I haven't had anybody to root for in Clan Wars. I also haven't gotten to play in Clan Wars because I'm not part of a clan, and that format's really fun. So there's just a bunch of fun stuff I was kind of missing out on, but I didn't really want to be a part of, like, a super... I don't know. Tryhard sounds so negative. Like, ODM, RTK, VM, BBB, those guys are all pretty established and, like, good. You have expectations for them in the community. This was very much just, it felt like a bunch of chill people hanging out and being silly. So I joined it. But mostly it was just like, a bunch of my friends are already here. And I miss being a part of Clan Wars and stuff. Alright, so we're going to go around. His backline is protected by cavalry, which is exactly what I want to be fighting. I won't bother earthblooding those guys. But we are going to go all the way around. Because anything we route, we can sweep up pretty cleanly. Let's just try to shoot at Teclis just a little bit here. Teclis is going to fiery convocation me. I'm trying to dodge it. There it is. He roasted some of his own white lions because I backed up. Okay. Not the time for that. Okay. So we are starting to get into this back area here. But the High Elf box is mighty. People say High Elves aren't a box faction. The fucking Mal. Okay. He's trying to Plague of Rust Overcast onto my Demigryph Knights and get them fucked up, so I need to try and stop that by charging some of these archers. I'm just trying to disrupt the archers so that my Demigryph Knights don't get murdered. That's the objective. Oh, Crossman, you guys don't have a guard mode on. That's why you're going all the way up there. My bad, my bad. That is entirely my fault. Alright, so this Empire Knight's chasing off an Illyrian Reaver for now. You're stuck just fighting this. And you guys come with me. You guys come over here, chase off all those guys. Demigryph Knight's still trying to get some stuff done. And these archers are all trying to deal with the White Lions of Christ. Okay, Demigryph Knight's got murdered. Gelt's just trying to cluster up these guys for now. Another net onto those guys. Another Plague of Rust. Trying to disrupt some archers, but it's not going super great over there. Gelt, clear those off of yourself. These knights turn around and fight those Lyran Reavers before you get run the fuck down. You run that down. You come over here. But yeah, we are getting just destroyed by like a million archers. I got some units back here. Okay. God damn, dude. Ugh, I hate fighting High Elves, man. Some people really hate fighting Empire, and I don't get it. High Elves are way worse. High Elves are way worse. They're so fucking annoying. There's so much to do about them. I've been losing a lot to High Elves recently. I mentioned Lenorm was recently destroying me. Yeah, this is over. God damn, dude. I hate fucking spear boxes so much. Like, you just can't do anything against them. They have so many stats. Yeah, it's over. GG. Fuck. Dude, I hate High Elves. Spear boxes are so fucking dumb. That was not even a spear box? What do you mean that wasn't a spear box? That's the definition of a spear box. What are you talking about? My advanced used Hellstorm rocket batteries. I thought he was going to bring bolt throwers, and then he didn't. So that was a bit of a build diff. Demigryph Knights, unfortunately, did horribly. He did net them and Plague of Rust them, but even when they got into combat, they just did jack diddly fuck. Yeah. Skaven main hates even his own birds? What? Also, I have not boxed in a very long time. Dude, fuck High Elves. Fuck High Elves. Regular demis do suck. Yeah, I mean, knowing now what his specific build is, you could cut all of this and just go like that and win. But I don't know what his specific build is. So this was like, if he goes with Imric or a dragon, that is also pretty common. You need some handgunners to pressure him. If he spear boxes, I was hoping that Demigryph Knights could do okay at getting through Silver Helms or Dragon Princes, which he had none of. He just had Illyrian Reavers. So they didn't have any targets. These guys didn't have any targets. My Crossmen had targets, but they were outgunned. My Empire Knights had targets, but they were all spears. So it's like, of the build, I took out the units that had straight up nothing to do. And this is all you're left with. And these are countered by his spear box. And now this is the build you have. So I'm missing 7,655 of my gold was not useful in that build. Ryan McDonald, $9.99. Thank you for the donation. Sorry to disappoint you so badly in game 1. It will probably continue into game 2. But afterwards I will be casting. So hopefully I can provide you with some entertainment. Even if it is not victory. Is there a big benefit for using crossmen instead of archers? I wanted the extra range. Yeah. 40 more range. Less missile strength than archers, which is actually weird. Yeah. Like I said, once we load it in, it's like, oh, okay, I just have fundamentally the wrong build for what's occurring here. But I was trying to counter his counter to war wagons, which he ended up just not countering war wagons. His counter versus war wagons was just not having anything worth shooting. Because even if I had 3 war wagons, what were they going to shoot there? It's just a bunch of infantry, which war wagons are better at killing cavalry and big monsters. Dark Elves, Empire, Warriors of Chaos, ban Ogre Kingdoms, and Brett. Dark Elves, Empire, Warriors of Chaos, ban Ogre Kingdoms, and Brett. Okay. I'll go Skaven, ban Dark Elves. Last time we played this, he went Empire, and I took a very silly rush build into him. And it won, but it was a very intense game. What up, Juicy Goose? My weekend did not suck. I hope yours did not either. Sometimes you go too deep into the read. Yeah. No, I have been very frustrated. If you're in my mod chat, you know that I rage against spear boxes all the fucking time. I hate High Elf spear boxes. Because there was that meta, before the Bretonnia meta, when High Elves and Dark Elves were the sauce, so many High Elf players, so many, would get Imric, a Lifecaster, a couple Dragon Princes, and then make a tiny box of Silvering Guard or Spearmen with some Lothern Sea Guard in it. And it's like, okay, all the forces you can interact with are a spear blob that we're going to heal up if you ever damage them. But meanwhile, Imric's going to cycle charge the whole map and win. And it just, like, it drives me up a wall. And now that it's less strong, like High Elves, I think they took some nerfs. I don't remember the last patch because it was like 6 years ago. But High Elves took some nerfs. They're not nearly as prevalent in the meta, but still that, like, that dread and hatred is in my brain. Where I'm just like, fuck High Elf spear boxes. So, yeah, whenever I run into them, because it's just like, oh, super fun. All your spearmen have 1,000,000 melee defense. And your spearmen are also archers, and you're shooting at everything, and you're beating everything in melee. And in case I ever beat anything, you have healing to beat me even harder. Oh, okay, yeah, this is fun. This is fine. Fuck High Elf spear boxes. So it's definitely just like a tilt thing from like too many exposures with it. All right, Empire versus Skaven on a small map. This map is so small. It's the smallest map. Why is your map so small? Why? It does not need to be so small. You can have a regular sized map, I think, if you really wanted to. You could have this map and it could be the regular size. But no. You do not want the regular size map, you want a small one. I'm currently just having a stroke for your entertainment. That's all that's really happening here. Let's do that. What else do I need? Okay. What else do I need? That would be nice. Well, the Empire probably has Spirit Leech, so I was thinking about bringing Gorich, but that just doesn't seem like it's going to be a smart idea. Because I'll just Spirit Leech him to death. So we won't bring Gorich. Honestly, this build is simple, but simple might be best. Simple might be best, especially for down a game. You gotta shoot them. I was shooting them. The problem with the High Elf Spear Box, the Phoenix King, is half of your fucking spears are archers and they're fucking shielded. Yes. No, but Phoenix King, I did go deep into explaining it. I know that it is counterable and stuff. It's just tilt. It's just raw tilt. I know that. Everybody knows that. Yeah. Heavy armor? Where does the Empire have heavy armor? Would grenade riders be good too for box breaking? Technically. Yes, but the problem is that he had Techless with a net and a million archers, so if my grenade launchers even got close to within range, Techless would net them and all the archers would shoot him. Yeah. Oh, Lamb Sauce King handled that after I started answering it, my bad. The title's Friday Night Fights. So the tournament series Cool Umbrella runs is called Friday Night Fights. It's run every Friday. And then this is, for everybody who has ever won a Friday Night Fights, it's like a tournament to determine who is the best. And that kind of thing. So it's, the tournament series is Friday Night Fights, but the actual end result is on a Sunday. Because more people can play on weekends and stuff. Hub us down a game? Hell yeah, dude. Got smoked by the High Elves. But yes. High Elf Spear Boxes are not OP. I just don't like them. Key difference. Alright. So, going with the simple build. 4 globes, just because they're very good at clearing out enemy cavalry or infantry or anything like that. 4 Rat Ogres versus Empire, they're very good against Empire Knights and such. We have some dogs to chase down routing units or to help me in the cav fights, 2 of which are armor-piercing dog, again to help with those cav fight engagements. We do have a Packmaster to make some of our Molder monsters better, but to also charge Boris Todbringer or something. I thought about taking Gorich because I do need a fast response single entity to fight those guys if they ever land. And I was going to go with Gorich, but the problem with Gorich is if he brought a Spirit Leech caster, Gorich is fucked. It's only a matter of time. So I did get a Packmaster who has regen instead, and then I can buff up some of my Molder monsters to help me fight Boris, if Boris is indeed here. And then with the extra money I saved from Gorich, I got 2 more Rat Ogres. So, yeah. No way hubby loses with Skaven? How long have you been watching this channel? I'm good at Skaven, but it is very possible I lose. I am the big troll. Alright, Phoenix King said this is going to be fun and silly, but he doesn't think it's going to work, so I am curious. Don't want to hit ready up just yet. Alright, he is ready. Let's go. Let's do it. Oh, and I have a Plague Cast for both my summons just to try and be annoying. So, let's have this go first. What do we have? Triple Hellblaster Volley Guns you learned from John FB, you bastard. Okay. Yeah, we're probably going to be fine here. I'll move up to the edge of the range of the Hellblaster Volley Guns, and then I'll chill out for a second. He does have a Spirit Leech caster and Boris, so we were quite correct in not bringing Gorich. I'm delaying my Molder advance because the Molder monsters are so much faster that I don't want to get there and then wait within the Hellblaster Volley Guns range. I'm going to throw this out just to get everybody a little happy. I'm going to start sneaking some dogs up in here. Okay. Boris got away, which makes me very sad. Dogs come back here, you go over here. I have a Rat Ogre somewhere with nothing to do. Man, you really are waltzing in there to get into that range, huh? Okay. Deleted those. Rat ogres and dogs trying to get rid of those Empire Knights, but the Empire Knights are running away, so we'll come back over this way. We have some wolf rats who are coming back from the fight. I really want to sneak through this front line area. Okay. Get over there, and of course you immediately terror out, because why wouldn't you? I'm going to throw this out to damage all those people at the same time. Rat ogres are continuing to fight against Boris, and it's just really not going that well. So we're going to need to try and separate out here. You come with me. We have a bound scorch. Let's throw it over there. All of my dogs are immediately routing all the fucking time, which is pretty great. Everything is immediately routing all the fucking time. But we did get some good damage onto Boris, so that's like the only thing going well for us right now. We still have one globe that's technically healthy. Technically is a pretty key word in this. I have some dogs back somewhere, though they're currently in melee combat. They just didn't know it. Okay, they're already routed again. So all my dogs are dead, because as soon as they got near Boris at all, they fucking died. Hellblaster volley guns are aiming at my Grey Seer, but I need to get so close to Cat. What the fuck is this summon range? Did it get nerfed when I wasn't looking or something? Because that is abysmal. Holy shit, you have to summon like right next to yourself, which is insane. Alright, we have Skaven slaves just walking around. You are trying to dodge. Okay, I need you to go get that Hellblaster volley gun, because apparently I can summon 1 inch in front of my face, and that is the end of that. Okay, you guys get over there. Wolf rats are gonna have to shut down that Hellblaster. Bunch of random chaff are doing a bunch of random chaff things. We can maybe win, maybe, because I am about to shut down that last Hellblaster, but damn, dude. Boris fucked up all my dogs. I tried to go through the center with the dogs, but maybe I should have taken the extra time going around the flanks, I guess. Globes are just wandering around at this point. They're really not doing anything helpful. Alright, we've successfully killed that, countercharged that guy, while the dogs take over chasing that around. Grey Seer's gonna wander. These are Skaven slaves chasing... Oh, those are Free Company militia. Okay, that explains why they're lasting so long. I have rat ogres that are trying to rally, but they're not doing the best job of it. Okay, I haven't had a Dreaded 13 for when I need it, which could be nice right there. All that stuff is shattered. Come back. Big explosions, gonna kill a lot of people. And try to save my globes. Rat ogres have rallied. Those Skaven slaves are still chasing off Free Company militia. These clan rats and Skaven slaves are doing something, so bring them back to the fight. I'm gonna have these dogs charge spearmen. I will give them a melee buff because I can't afford for them to break just yet. Grey Seer is here to try and support these little globes. I will have halberds go attack over here. And rat ogres and my packmaster come over here. Skaven slaves can rejoin us as the dogs will finish off those spearmen. We are chasing a lot of stuff down. Rat ogres will fight Boris till the end of their days. As those spearmen are dead, so now the dogs will go after these other spearmen. That will take them, unfortunately, close to Boris. I'll just have to watch him. I'll watch him carefully. So rat ogres are running around with my packmaster, which will regenerate them up. Rat ogres are back once again. I have this that'll keep them in the fight for just a second longer. Where did his Spirit Leech caster go? There he is. I was like, I haven't seen that guy in forever. Alright, dogs are trying to om-nom up as many of the spearmen as possible before I need to pull them back to me, because Boris is right next to them. You're still trying to heal up the rat ogres. Okay. So now we need to regroup. I have globes for that full health Empire Knight. We're regrouping. So it's a full health Empire Knight Boris is full health, but I don't know where his healing cap is. It's got to be getting close. And a half-health Amethyst Wizard that I have no idea what his Winds of Magic is looking like. Alright. Honestly, that's pretty risky for everybody involved. What up, sickos? Quarter laser DLC otherwise, yeah. Spirit Leech onto my last Rat Ogre. And he's coming back. Why aren't the Rat Ogres attacking? I specifically told them to attack. Why are they not attacking? Alright, that's looking like GG. Rat Ogres are about to rout. Globes didn't get to throw. Yeah, it's GG, we lost. Yup. God damn. This has been kind of my experience recently, though, man. I've just been losing a lot, and it's like, okay. Things are going alright, Oh, none of my units did everything, and all of his units did everything. Fuck, guess we lost. Feels bad. Packmaster's gonna rout right about now. Trying to get the gloves back in range to finish off these Empire Knights. I have tons of chaff if I can just stay in them. There, we got him to rout. Holy shit. Will we hold? Seems unlikely, but will we hold? Probably not. But will we hold? Okay, I'll give him his own buff to keep him in the fight for a little bit. Globes still need to go hit Empire Knights exclusively. I have chaff, he does not. Still trying to fight, but another Spirit Leech onto my guy. Trying to get rid of these guys. Globes are still not throwing at those Empire Knights that I've told them to several times. Packmaster needs to back off for now. Refresh his charge bonus. Globes aren't even remotely close to throwing at the Empire Knights. I told them to, but okay, that's fine. Still trying to deal damage over there. Still trying to stop these Empire Knights. There we go. That is a gigantic shot, and they should fucking be dead, finally. Boris is going to chase my Packmaster, who has 100 speed, and Boris only has 90. So my Packmaster should be able to get away. Should is a word that's doing a lot of work there. 105 speed, and Boris only has 90. Nice. Nice. So he should get away. As more Spirit Leech kiting occurs. Okay. Trying to come back. Okay. We have popped every buff possible. We've got some clan rats out here. We are knocking that guy down. He's terror routed, so let's just go for Boris, honestly, at this point. Let's just try and rout him. Maybe we can get a quick little rout onto Boris. Maybe. As he's getting attacked on all sides. Come on, clan rats. Get in here. Come on, kill Boris. Holy shit. Kill him, kill Boris. Packmaster's getting a ton of damage. Come on. Come on. Packmaster, keep swinging. Packmaster, keep swinging. God damn it, how does Boris keep pushing me out of here like this? Grayseer is somehow hanging on to his life. Packmaster misses his rear attack. Hits that one. Gets Boris to rout. Nope, 5 leadership on that bitch. Jesus Christ. Oh my fucking god. I hate this game. Grayseer, 2,600 value, 2,400 on the Packmaster. Rat Ogres, mixed overall. Globes got entirely fucked. Wolf Rats got entirely fucked. Yeah, GG, I guess. That's fucking so sad, man. That's so sad. Oh my god. I hate this game. I have honestly thought about taking a break until the next DLC, and I might just have to do that, because I'm feeling fucking cursed. I am feeling fucking cursed. Well, that's the stream. I'm done for the day. Later, taters. Later. Goodbye. Time to stream League of Legends, yeah. I have honestly considered taking another break, but a much longer one this time, because like it just feels like nothing I have does any fucking damage ever. So what happens here to my dogs? So I try to get through the front line, but these spearmen back up, so now they're in my way, and my dogs get all blobbed. These dogs, I guess we're trying to attack those Empire Knights for some reason. These dogs path through. And these dogs are also trying to get through, but there's too much shit in the way, so they get piled up on their own clan rats. Rat Ogres are trying to get through. These dogs are routing at full HP, and then they get rear charged from some Empire Knights, then they're mega fucked. More Rat Ogres are trying to get in, and then Boris just takes a fight with my Packmaster right here with Empire Knight support, I guess, so I pile some Rat Ogres onto him. Dreaded 13th takes out one of the Hellblasters. Rat Ogres get smoked over here. I have a full health dog here. Don't know how they got here. They must have backed off from the front line and then I forgot about them for a bit. But we have Rat Ogres fighting a whole bunch of stuff over here that should be going well, but we'll see. Try to get my guys through here. But Boris existing gets this Wolf Rat to terror rout. This other one, I tried to micro him through, but he got stuck up on something again. That time I tried to get him around. It just didn't work out. And then the Empire Knights kind of rolled through him. And then he routs at full HP. Jesus Christ, okay. Anyway. Wait, how was Boris affecting them all the way over there? That's kind of wild. But whatever. So we get into the back line, tell these globes to throw. They do good. They do good. All of our other globes are having issues, though. Yeah. Damn. Damn. Not a whole lot to analyze after that. We got Boris down to half HP. Somehow, somewhere, some way. This was fucking wild to me, by the way. How close you need to get to cast any summons is insane. I don't know when that got nerfed, but that is redonkulous. I couldn't summon anything on that guy. Ugh. Yeah. Wolfrats got stuck and died. Even the ones that didn't get stuck just terror-routed from existing. Like, there's 2 different ones that got through the front line at full HP and then were already routing. Oh, I hate it, dude. I hate it. Empire players are worse than Dwarf players. Dude, I played Empire game 1. It did jack shit. High Elf Spears just killed everything. Ugh, fuck Empire, dude. Traitorous bitches. I was just typing a Phoenix game. I'm like, when I play Empire, nothing does anything and I lose. When you play Empire, nothing dies and then I lose again. I'm actually so fucking tilted. I legit don't know how I'm gonna cast the rest of this. Whatever, we'll fucking try. Skill issues? Yeah. Yep. Alright, is Umbrella even ready? You're not ready? Okay. Blood Penguin and Scroot are matched up. Blood Penguin 2-0'd Lenorm, so maybe I'll hop down there. There's the bracket, just so you know, that just happened. So, could go see what that's about. I messaged them, seeing if they have a lobby ready. Life was good till it became a sad rat boy. No, I'm just tilted. Just tilted. Happens to everybody, man. You sometimes just get those, like, weeks where nothing feels correct. Right. If Strat is back? I don't think Strat's back. Yeah. While we wait to get into this game, like, so... so, to... Sorry. To capitalize like my tilt, this is a problem I've had longer term, but just to like talk about it, like, so I talked to Cool Umbrella a fair amount and about greenskins and stuff like that, and we have very different experiences in some of these factions. But you all, if you watch the stream, you know I play a good amount of greenskins these days. I cannot beat the High Elves. I can't on greenskins, and I was playing Lenorm. Like I said, he 2-0'd me when I took a pretty stupid Skaven build just for fun. Game 1, I lost. I'm like, all right, game 2, I'll be serious. And I took a serious greenskin build, and he just bodied my ass. And it was the High Elf Spear Box. All of my greenskin units piled into a Spear Box. I couldn't get through it. I lost. But the thing that tilted the shit out of me was Lenorm takes a Dragon Lord, sprints it at Wurzag, lands it in what I think is a foolish fashion right in front of Stone Trolls. And I net him in place, surround him in Stone Trolls, give them Fists of Gork, so give them more melee attack and melee defense, pop Wah and Wurzag's Boneless Staff. So these guys have all the stats in the world, fully surround this High Elf Dragon Lord, beat the piss out of it, do like a third of its HP, and then it walks out. And I'm like, the fuck? So then I talk to Cool Umbrella, and I'm enraged, and I'm like, how do you kill a stupid fucking High Elf Dragon Lord? I've tried nets with archers, I've tried archers with Plague of Rust, I've tried skirmish cavalry, I've tried stone trolls, like, how the fuck do you handle these guys? And he's like, surround them with Orc Boar Biggins and pop all the buffs. I'm like, fine! So I go into an AI game, just take a Dragon Lord, and the Orc Boar Biggins and Wurzag, buff up the Orc Boar Biggins, sprint them into the Dragon Lord. She just kills all of them, just straight up murders them in melee. No life caster, no healing, nothing. And I'm like, that didn't fucking work. And I sent him a screenshot of it, and she got like 2,800 value killing them and Wurzag. And he's like, huh, that has not been my experience at all. Well, try Stone Trolls. Stone Trolls are better. Same fucking thing. She just sprints right into him and kills him. And that's without archer support, which she's going to have in a normal game. That's without healing, which she's going to have in a normal game. And I'm like, this just doesn't fucking work. But like, I've seen it. And that's where the rage comes from, is I have seen what Cool Umbrella is talking about. I know he's not an idiot, where it's like, oh, Imric landed in some stone trolls and they're all buffs popped. He's got to get out of there. But in my games, and again, it's just tilt. I'm not pretending the game works differently. But in my games, it's like, if Imric lands, I'm in trouble. Whereas in everyone else's fucking game, if Imric lands, that's the time to attack him. In my fucking games, anybody that goes near him is going to instantly terror out and die. And it's just like, oh my fucking god, I hate this game. So I've been tilting up a storm, where it's just like none of my units feel like they work at all. It's pissing me off a ton. Which, like, that happens to everybody. That does. Because I'm pretty sure, like, everybody's experienced that at some point, right? Where you're tilting and you're trying to play a faction and it just feels like nothing works. And then, like, you're talking to people on Discord and they give you builds where it's like, this works for me. Or you're watching streams and it's like, this works for me. And you're just like, it doesn't work. Which is just, again, it's just tilt. Where, like, because if you look back at that last game, the one that literally just happened, like, is it bullshit? Is it bullshit that my wolf rats were literally routing when nothing was happening to them and they had full HP? Yeah, sure, that's bullshit and it's annoying. Is it bullshit that Boris Toddbringer didn't route at the end? Yeah, sure, that's dumb. Okay. Are those dumb? Yes. But you could also look at it from the other perspective. Hey, human boy, should your wolf rats have gone around the side instead of down the middle? Yeah. Hey, human boy, your Grey Seer also didn't route until he was dead, so can you really be mad about Boris not routing till he was dead? Yeah. So I get it. Alright. I'm still waiting on the lobby. I think these two found each other, but I don't see an obvious lobby. You got a lobby? Shit happens, man. Being a big Anki gamer is not news. Hates you because you hate it? Yeah. They have a lobby. I've not been invited yet, but there is a lobby. With hate, all things are possible. But you really need enough hate. I see. Yeah. No, because like, I was thinking about it during the game. I'll message Penguin. Sorry. I was thinking about it during the game. It was really weird. It was really weird that my Grey Seer didn't route. Like, objectively, my Grey Seer should have routed like 2 attacks earlier than he did, because he died, didn't he? He had to die in melee combat with Boris, or did he get away? Because I think he died. So yeah, he lasted till the very end. So I really shouldn't be surprised Boris lasted to the end if a fucking Skaven Lord did, but. Still tilting, man. Alrighty. I haven't gotten to stream Central Scrutinizer in a while. He's one of my mods. Good bloke. Plays a lot of Empire. He's been around, it just hasn't coordinated with the stream. And then there is, of course, Blood Penguin. Actually, another mod of mine. It's just mod day. Good luck to the Phoenix King going forward. He died? Yeah. Is Brett still strong? Oh, yeah. Oops, all mods. Leadership continues to be more problematic than healing. It is a little weird and funky. I personally would rather have healing be fixed than leadership. But yes, both do need a fix. Sad we won't get the Monkey King in the next DLC. Yeah, a lot of people were very confident that was going to be the first Cathay DLC, and then it turned out not to be. I don't know jack shit about Cathay. So I didn't have an opinion on what would be the next thing. When people told me about Monkey King, I was like, that sounds good. I still don't know who this Jade Dragon guy is. I know they released like a little book you can go read. I have not. I have not. I tend to do all my research at once. I don't really follow drip feeds too much, which is bad as a YouTuber. I should be on top of those drip feeds, but I'm not. I can't follow Pharaoh. It's nothing against Pharaoh. I just can't bring myself to care. Whenever CA makes a post, it's like, this lord has been revealed. And I swear my reaction is like, is that like the 19th lord? Like, there's one of these every day. How are we still learning about new lords? Oh, boy. I want to give Pharaoh a shot. I just can't muster up the energy to be excited about it. Which is weird. I loved Shogun 2. Fucking loved Shogun 2. So good. People told me good things about Medieval. I never played it. I went from Shogun 2 to Warhammer 1. And then I just got addicted to the Warhammer side of it. Because it's really hard to go back to, like... For me, you know, people can enjoy the historical. But for me, it's really hard to go back from, like... Man, I have a Tyrannosaurus Rex fighting a lady on a dragon, and the T-Rex is supported by a lightning mage. But anyway, yeah, I'd like to go back to having Spearman Cavalry end of list. I love Spearman Cavalry end of list. So it's tough. I've tried, I started a couple medieval campaigns, and I burned out pretty quick. I'd probably give Medieval 3 a shot at least. Because that's another thing, is like playing Shogun 2, it's nostalgic, but man, the units feel sticky. Compared to Warhammer, we give Warhammer a lot of shit. And I am a part of that. We give Warhammer a lot of shit. But then when I play other RTSs, I'm like, okay, I got to give it some props. Because playing old Shogun, like a rear charge with katana cavalry versus infantry, you're like, okay, this should decimate them. And it does fine. But it still takes a long time to kill them. And in Warhammer, if you get the Knights of the Brazen Throne to rear charge, like, goblins, you get to watch the goblins just disintegrate. And it's like the mechanics of Total Warhammer 3, while they need some work, they are really good. Like, compared in a global sense to all other video games. They're really good. And it's hard to go backwards in the series and be like, oh man, I sure love my jank-ass Yari Ashigaru trying to poke and prod their way through a tiny fucking gate. Did you play Bolt Gun? I did not. Shogun 2 Fall of the Samurai was great. It was great. Bixie, it was great. Fucking love that shit. Love it, love it, love it. And it made naval supremacy actually a thing. Because in the late game, it was really hard to win a siege in Fall of the Samurai without naval support. The bombardments were too strong to not have Because otherwise, just like taking a fort was so difficult. A hill fort, you know, defended by guns, and you're filtering up choke points. No shot. You need artillery support to knock down the gate for you and clear out clusters of those handgunners. You can't just walk up, which is like good. I mean, historically, yeah, it's a bad fucking idea to funnel in melee infantry through a choke point into handgunners in that time and era. So I think it was well executed, but that's like the first time I've actually given a shit about naval stuff in a Warhammer game. Or honestly in RTS in general. Like Civilizations, I never go Navy. Never. Even if I have a colonial empire, I'll just have like transport ships and that's about it. Because I just know that like naval power doesn't matter. If I can kamikaze my transport ship to Africa, you know, if I'm colonizing it, if I just like sprint across the Mediterranean real quick, drop my troops, and then a trireme shows up and kills my galley or whatever, I don't give a shit. Doesn't matter. If Pharaoh's bad, the beetle rolling the dung beetle will bite them when the dung comes from. I should play it for the dung beetle. You're right. Alright, we're into game. Armies are mostly set up. Let's do this. Let me see. Screwed asked me a question about his deployment. Yeah, he's fine. He was asking me if he's too close to the white line. Hub has stopped colonizing me. I played a lot of Civilizations, Spain, and Italy. Those were both good starts on 18 civs if you played Civ 4 back in the day. Khorne versus Ogres. I know Blood Penguin does love his Khorne these days. Since Bretonnia and Empire are both high-tier factions, they are his usual mains. He has gone to Khorne because Blood Penguin always likes to be a little spicy. 4 Chaos Warriors of Khorne, 2 more Chaos Warriors of Khorne with halberds, triple Minotaurs of Khorne with great weapons, Valkia the Bloody, Spear Sopnir and Demon Shield, and Fleshhounds of Khorne. Looks like 2 of them. One's behind me. There it is. They're aside for the Ogres. 4 Lead Belchers are going to be a nightmare for these Chaos Warriors. A shit ton of Ogre Bulls. My god. It looks like 8. Yes, that is 8 Ogre Bulls overall. 5 Gnoblar Trappers, 1 regular Gnoblar, 1 Saber-Tusk Pack, and a Slaughtermaster of the Great Maw with only Troll Guts. And Blood Gruel for some reason. I think he had some extra money. Empire Total was the best. Oh. Good to know. I actually don't hear a lot of people talk about that one. Lead Belchers firing in. Doing a little bit of damage. They're more like a shotgun unit these days, so the further you are away, they'll do some damage for sure, but it's up close where they do the real work. And I wonder what Khorne's going to do. They don't have a ton of flank pressure. 2 Fleshhounds does not a flank make. So you're going to have to rely on really pounding through the front line. And the Gnoblar Trappers are trying to kite away, trying to leave space open for the Lead Belchers to continue shooting as Ogre Bulls plow straight in. Already some of these Chaos Warriors are down to half HP. And Scroot is up about 1,000 damage value. But the Gnoblar Trappers, while they are a very, very good unit and probably need some nerfs, they still don't love being charged straight up by Minos and Chaos Warriors. They will be routing soon, really allowing these guys to get into the back line, though more Ogre Bulls are just going to run up and take their place. Other Ogre Bulls surrounding Valkia. So far, the Ogres have a good control of this game. Lead Belcher's still firing, and already one of the Minos is under a half HP. Damn, there's actually 3 Minotaurs. I thought there was 2 for some reason, but yeah, one of them's already almost smoked, which is real bad. Ogre Bull's getting pushed back. The Halberd unit's not faring too well either. I guess one is still full HP, but the other one, ugh. And I'm very concerned for the Khornates. I don't know how many skulls for the Skull Throne they will be gathering this day. And then the typical response is always, Khorne cares not from where the blood flows, but still, I think he would, I still think he would soft prefer it to come from the enemy and not his own troops. As far as the Lead Belchers are concerned, all 4 of them are still full health, very active, and firing. Spear Slopnir tries to get through these Gnoblars and rout them, which would at last let these big boys get over here. Saber-Tusk Pack is in the corner for some reason. It is definitely forgotten by Scroot. There's no... That one's not put in the corner intentionally as a rule break or anything, because he doesn't have any other Saber-Tusk Packs. There's no rule break there. So that's just a mistake. Not a rules thing. Minos at last get onto the Lead Belchers. Other Khorne warriors are trying to chase them, but without a lot of cavalry presence, like you know, you only have one Fleshhound left. It looks like the other one is dead. Nope, there it is. With 2 Fleshhounds overall, and no Skull Crushers, no Furies, anything like that, the Lead Belchers can usually outrun most of the stuff they're trying to get away from. I think it will be hard for Blood Penguin to really stay on him. But he's trying. Minos give up that chase, and they are instead going to turn around and fight some more Ogre Bulls, leave it up to the Fleshhounds to try and peel this back area. And if these Sabertusk packs ever get remembered, they could stream over here pretty quickly and fight those Fleshhounds back. Bounce Power is coming towards the center. And I'm less sure about that, but the Fleshhounds caught these Lead Belchers and absolutely deleted them. Gorgeous stuff there. Yeah. Khorne's proving tenacious. We still have one very healthy Halberd, a half-health Mino. Where's the other Minotaur? Where's the third one? Where is he? Is he just dead? He might just be dead. Valkia is still pretty healthy. And now I'm getting concerned. The Sabertusk have not been remembered yet, and that will cost Scroot 2 Lead Belchers. Who wins, Sabers versus Hounds? Full health versus full health, I believe Fleshhounds, but these Hounds are not full health, and you have Nobblar support, so all you needed the Sabertusk to do was just get in their way and protect the Lead Belchers for a little bit while you rallied, but they were not brought to the fray, so that is going to be a whoopsie. Minotaurs, Khorne with great weapons, do get onto the high ground. They get orders to charge this last healthy Lead Belcher, which is trying to shoot down onto these Halberds, get rid of them so that the Ogres have even a chance in the late game grind fest. Because with these Halberds, if it gets down to just a melee fight, they're doomed. Quick Troll Guts onto the Slaughtermaster, trying to heal him up, keep him healthy, and the Fleshhounds do finish off that other Lead Belcher, straight up kill it, because I don't see it even shattering or anything like that. And they are chasing Nobblars too, and all of a sudden Khorne has taken control of this game. It was a really good start from Scroot. I liked the build a lot. But forgetting that one unit is just really costing him. I don't want to harp on and on and on about it, but it's like, you know, it is the butterfly effect in this game, where if these Sabertusks were in the right position, they could have protected 2 Lead Belchers, and then with 2 more Lead Belchers in the fight, instead of having this one wounded-ass one, you could have 2 full-health Lead Belchers over here firing at these guys on their way in. And you can see Khorne's running out of gas, so if you had 2 Lead Belchers firing at these Minos right now, while this other one kind of fires at him, maybe it would be a different result, but just that super wounded one is not nearly enough to do anything about it. Not nearly. Ogres are rallying up. Game's not over yet. I mean, Khorne, the reason I'm talking about those Lead Belchers, if they were still alive, this game would be super over. No chance Khorne wins it at all. But without it, now the Ogres are down but not out. You still have Nobblars with a good amount of ammunition scattered throughout. You have 1 Lead Belcher still alive and kiting away from a bunch of slower Khorne forces. You do have a healing caster. You have some Ogre Bulls with a lot of models left. If you throw Troll Guts on them, you'll be fine. And Sabertusk packs are workhorses if given the right situation, which a whole bunch of Khorne units with low leadership and low HP pools sounds like the right situation to me. So this game is not over. Ogre Bull's trying to fight Valkia. She just pops Demon Shield. She is going to crush through them pretty easily. Nobblars are beset by the Minotaurs of Khorne. Here come the Sabertusk packs to really try and rout them off. These other ones are just getting shot to pieces by little Nobblar trappers, and Lead Belchers even offering some support in the distance. Ogre Bulls are routed like we talked about. But these Halberds are almost on their way out the door. Rallying for now as Valkia also flies in. She's going to try and snipe this Lord. Sabertusk pack's taking a lot of damage from that second Minotaur. But if they can rout it, maybe the Ogres can be okay. Slaughtermaster has to try to blow out of here. He throws another Troll Guts onto himself to try and keep himself alive as a Spear Sleipnir straight up deletes this Nobblar Trapper unit. But with the Troll Guts popped, the Slaughtermaster will not be sniped today. Minotaurs are out of there. Other Nobblar Trappers trying to peel off the Chaos Warriors. And hey, there's the third Minotaur. He's returning for now. Trying to catch up to our friend, the Lead Belcher. Valkia continues to beat up on the Slaughtermaster, though, and that is going to be a huge problem for the Ogres, because they really don't have an answer to Valkia beating up on that guy. That's just a thing that's going to happen. Khorne has a lot of routing and or close to dead troops. But same can be said for the Ogres. And Valkia is a lot better of a melee combatant than the Slaughtermaster, so her being healthy in late game versus him being healthy is just not comparable. Ogre Bulls' dual weapons charging downhill into slowed down Minotaurs will be the death of those big moo cows, but ooh, Tier 2 Khorne ability, Relentless Rage Pop, just to keep them unbreakable, make them fight to the very end, be annoying. Sabertooth Pack's trying to peel Valkia off the Lead Belchers, who are still trying to gain some space, and Nalbo Trappers continue to fire in. Those Minotaurs are going to rout as soon as the Unbreakable wears off. But for now, that was a really good play. It made them just finish off these Ogre Bulls with dual weapons. Lead Belchers trying to stay safe. Sabertooths are singling out Valkia with their high weapon strength. They will do a lot of damage to her. The Lead Belchers are here to fire in, offering a little bit of support. These Minos are strangely courageous, but that last Cannonball does do them in once and for all. The last Halberds are walking forwards towards the Lead Belchers, who are going to fire into a nice cluster. Should get a good little bit of damage when they feel like actually firing. There we go. Really good damage for them, but again, I ask, what is going to deal with Valkia in this late game? Slaughtermaster's thinking about routing. Lead Belchers stand and fight. And that'll be it. That was a good game. What up, Joe Turk? Lead Belchers did quite well. Not amazing, but they all except for that one. Most paid for themselves, got a little extra change on the side. Ogre Bulls did fine. Sabertooth Pack did well when they came back in. Nalbo Trappers did okay. The other side, Valkia, 300 clean kills. 1,900 value for her is very nice. Chaos Warriors didn't get a lot of value, but they were tenacious. They were very annoying for the Ogres to deal with. Minotaurs of Grey Weapons got a lot of value, and the Flesh Hounds of Khorne. You can tell which one found its Lead Belcher target, as that one got 1,250 value. Very, very nice. And little mistakes can cost you everything. Val getting 300 kills, yeah. Spear Slapneers on Noblars will do that, because Noblars are like 160 models per unit or something. My tilt at getting shellacked in round 1 is fading. We are returning to good humor. Slowly. Slowly. I think I'm just sad. Sad I let everybody down. My mom's out there watching, probably. She watches all my stuff. She definitely doesn't not know that this is a thing. 100% is totally here. She knows. So, oh yeah. Joking. Actually, though, I was at my cousin's wedding. That was dank. I was at my cousin's wedding yesterday, and I ran into his cousin, so on the other side, right? So, like, if I'm his cousin through his dad, this was his cousin through his mom. And he said he watches Turin. And that was funny. So I'm like, hey, someone else at this wedding in the middle of, like, rural Minnesota watches Turin. And then I asked him if he ever watched a Faction War. He said, yeah. And I'm like, did you ever see Human Boy? Yes, play this game. And he said, yeah. And I'm like, that's me. And he was like, oh, dude, that's so cool. I'll subscribe to your channel. I'll check you out. And I'm like, all right, sweet. So, also, maybe I'm feeling a little guilty about that. Maybe he popped in and just watched me get shreked. Did I disappoint my second cousin? I'm a failure! You're a goddamn failure, boy. If a faction doesn't have heals, they're already at a disadvantage. Yeah. Healing's super crucial in the meta. Though, I mean, as Blood Penguin just showed, there was no healing on his roster, and he made it work. It can work. You are fighting an uphill battle, I agree. Why don't you invite her over? She's in a different city than I am. I visit my mom like 4 or 5 times a year. Mother's Day, her birthday, Thanksgiving, Christmas. Sometimes New Year's, but not as much recently. Because New Year's and Christmas are so close together that I travel over there, hang out with my families for, you know, a week or so. And then it's like, all right, I'll hang around another week for New Year's, or it's, I'm going to go home now. Looks like we have Lizardmen versus Kislev. Wait, some Kislev in a playoffs game? Now that is wild. And Scroot's build is coming together real fast. This man knows what he wants out of life. Plague Penguin is currently sitting on also a build. Wow, all right, both these guys just slamming it down. Pokemon go to the polls. We know how to get them to play Pokemon Go, but how to get them to play Pokemon go to the polls? That was such a funny speech, man. Lekringa. I actually never have played Pokemon Go. Wow, Lamb Sauce came with the $20 for Urson. I agree, buddy. You donate like every stream. I hope you are financially sound. I do appreciate it, though. Cast their builds but replace the unit names of Pokemon. Oh, that would not get annoying very fast at all. I remember the response to my snakes rant. When we had a Tomb King build that was all snakes, but we saw it like 5 times in a row. So then by the 5th time I had to cast that fucking build, I was just like, snakes, snakes, and then snake warriors with spears, and then snake archers. And on the other side, for Khorne, we have snake warriors with halberds, and snakes, and by the end, like, someone in the chat was like, shut the fuck up. Which I can respect. You know, sometimes you commit to a bit for comedic sake, and some people find it funny, some people find it annoying. That's the way the life do. How's the rest of the tournament progressing? So Tactical Lich 2-1 raced. Wow, that's surprising. I wonder if Race was trolling. Race can do that to himself, man. Race will sometimes play like a god, and then other times he just gets bored and he picks really weird shit for fun and loses. Though Lich has been leveling up recently. Is he just the biggest, giggest brain caster on YubTub? YouTube.com/tacticalich. It's a little black square with a blue circle in it, like a crosshair. It's Tactical Lich, kinda. Should go check that out. He's a good guy. I'm praying that Kislev doesn't become mega broken next patch. I doubt it. You and I have talked about this in Discord DMs. I doubt it. I'm strangely optimistic. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why. Here's my why. It's very short. Yes, CA broke Bretonnia. Yes, CA has a history of breaking things. But I will say, in my opinion, we always trend towards better. Where, like, right now, this patch, the top factions are super broken, but the bottom factions are much more playable than the bottom factions usually are. Like, Demons of Chaos, Wood Elves, and Slaanesh are more playable in this patch than, like... I don't know. I'm trying to think back to Warhammer 2. Like, Warhammer 2, Norsca used to be a legit meme. Like, a complete meme. If you took Norsca, you were trolling. What other factions were super bad in Warhammer 2? Because there was that meta that was just Grom the Paunch and Dark Elves until Torox came out. And then even after Torox, it was then Beastmen and Dark Elves. High Elves. High Elves were trolled forever, man. High Elves were terrible. And now High Elves got their moment in the spotlight to be OP, and now they're just fine. They're fine. Like, I got trashed on by High Elves earlier, and it annoyed me, but I won't pretend that High Elves are OP. Right? Because they're not. They're manageable. Armored Cossars look so good on paper. Why do they underperform? I don't know, Joe Turk. That's another faction. We were talking about it earlier when I was doing my tilt rant. But, like, a similar concept to that tilt rant is, even if you're not tilted, sometimes stuff feels weird. Like, what was my most recent example? This is the most recent one, but 2 patches ago, I think, Reiksguard got a buff. And I was like, oh, I'll give Reiksguard a shot. And I played with Reiksguard. I was like, man, Reiksguard are amazing. Rice Guard are really awesome. I love these things. I used them for like 10 Empire games straight. They were crushing everybody. They were just so good. And then nothing happened. Nothing changed. We were in the same patch. Everything. Just like all of a sudden, no. Just stopped feeling it. They didn't really do much work. They were very expensive. They felt very meh. Felt like Empire Knights did the same thing for cheaper. It was just strange, man. That happens a lot. So for me, that's Armored Cossars. At the start of last patch, I was super on board the Armored Cossar train. I thought they were amazing, and I still like their stat line, but in practice, for some reason, they just feel meh now. But I had a couple games where they felt really good. I don't know, maybe if you just spam something too often, you stop being impressed by it, and you start being disappointed when it doesn't overperform, so maybe your standards just shift. But I gotta cast this game, I can't keep speculating wildly. We have Boris Ursus. Been a while since we've seen him. Big, anti-large, duelist man. A Patriarch to heal him up, because Boris almost always needs a Patriarch. We have a butt-naked, non-summon Snow Leopard. That is a real, honest-to-God Snow Leopard. And a Frost Maiden of Ice with only Ice Maiden's Kiss. We have 5 Armored Cossars that we were just talking about. Bound Thunderbolts of the Quaddles are coming for them. We have 2 Cossars with Spears for a little bit more shooting. 2 Bear Riders, one of which is the Oath Brothers of Tor, and 1 Winged Lancer. For the Forces of the Lizardmen, we have the Colossus Hunters, Ripper Protector Rider, ROR in the distance, 3 Croxagores, 3 Skink Cohorts with Javelins, 2 Skink Cohorts without, double Quaddle, and Mazda Mundi Onslaught with Apotheosis and Net. Alright, let the fight begin. Now the Quaddles are doing mass disruption in the backline, throwing out a ton of bound spells between them and Mazda Mundi. There are 6 bound abilities in this army. But anywhere Kislev is getting the melee fight is going pretty well for them. These Croxagores are currently getting shellacked by the single entity squad and the Snow Leopard. The Bears are not quite here yet. The Bears are actually going over for this other fight where they're trying to fight the Quaddle and Mazda Mundi. And yeah, that Shard Blade that Boris has is absolutely destroying these Skink Cohorts, pushing everything back. Skink Cohorts with Javelins throwing in onto the Bears is a great target for them wherever they are. You can see these guys are taking a lot of damage. And they're not near the Patriarch. This one is. The other one isn't near the Patriarch, so it won't be getting his healing. Wherever the Patriarch is, he will have to walk over there. There he is. All right, good. So Blood Penguin's on top of it. He knows he needs to heal up his Bears as they countercharge against the Colossadon Hunters. For Kislev, most of their infantry has been taking a beating. Their Armored Cossar front line held pretty well in melee, but they just got abused by spells so much that they're having a tough time really contributing too much to the fight elsewhere. Archers are firing in, trying to be supportive. The Patriarch is now netted and getting focused down by the single entity Goon Squad. I want to kill him off, kill the healer so he can't heal everything else up for a while, but I'm getting really concerned. It feels like this Lizardman build had a lot of shock damage, and then after it wears off, now Kislev is going to just grind them out, as both Quaddles are down to half HP. One of them's getting an Apotheos to heal up. And the Patriarch is getting sniped. Again, that is a pretty big win condition for Lizardmen if they can take out that healing and then just try and withstand. Eventually, the Bear Riders will get taken down. But Boris is here now. Patriarch's running away. Yes. He is running away. One of the Quaddles is about to rout, and Boris is just going to be living his best life. Surrounded by bears, all anti-large, armor-piercing, and he gets to fight 3 big monsters. He is chilling. There's not a lot of support for Lizardmen otherwise. Colossus Hunters are trying to sneak around and do something, but they're at half HP. There's 1 healthy Croxagore left. The others are kind of trickling back into the fight as they get shot at by pistols and archers and things. So it's proving a little tricky for the Lizardmen. They are tanking on the balance of power as Mazda Mundi gets his ass handed to him by Boris and the Bears. And the John FB double Quaddle might be flying too close to the sun. You might be like, why John FB? John FB is the first person I knew that took this kind of build. But, yeah, the damage value says it all, man. Blood Penguin's 8,500 versus Scroot's 3,500. There's a 5,000 damage value difference. Another Ruination of Cities goes through the Cossars with Spears, but Cold-Blooded is all that's keeping Mazda Mundi in this fight, honestly. He throws out a Shard Blade, too. Ooh, ow. Colossus Hunter's taking a lot of damage from that. Bound Banishment also takes out the infantry. And while the Lizardmen were great at clearing out infantry with all those bound spells, they had not a lot to deal with the Bears and the single entities of Kislev. Mazda Mundi routes, and that is probably going to trigger army losses here. GG. Scroot, though, hero of the people, taking some Quaddles. In a one-sided game, values are always going to be extremely skewed. Not a lot of crazy stuff for the Lizardmen side. Boris only 900 value, so I imagine the bears are going insane. 2,200, 2,400. There we go. Snow Leopard paid for itself. That's pretty pog. GG. GG's. Dun 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 dun. Ruination wasn't hitting? True. True. Alright. Bracket checkup real quick. While I look for Okay, come with me. I'm going to message a player real quick. Where are you? All right, we have a lobby to go to. But real quick, checking up on the bracket. Sabrus is fighting Rocket. The Phoenix King advanced ahead of Umbrella. I just believe that was a time thing. I don't think Umbrella was home quite yet. On the bottom here, we are going to be joining Big JP and Tactical Lich. Lich is up 1-0. All right, so we're hopping in down here with Big JP and Tactical Lich. Big JP, spectator slot is open, and I have to real fast get my blocker up. RTK's Big JP versus the Tactical Lich. It is 0-1. See if Big JP can bring it back. Scroot, I feel ya. You know I feel ya. I feel ya. But you get over it. You get over it. Usually with ice cream. God, I love ice cream. Lich left the lobby. Probably so he could download some cheat mods. What a fucking cheater. You should never check out Tactical Lich on YouTube. You shouldn't do it. What was the other one? Kislev versus Lizardmen. Tactical Lich. Occasional long-form streams, still mostly LAN battles. Very frequent short videos, either replays of battles that happen or analyzing certain mechanics or strategies. Definitely don't check that guy out. Fuck that guy. Piece of garbage. Cool, umbrella. I'm sleepy. Fix it. Ooh, I was gonna go have a drink. Beer beat. I forgot I was doing that. I'm back. What's the most OP unit in the game right now? Grail Knights? Yeah. Agreed. 100%. $168%. Doom players, obviously. That is Lies, epic base solo. So, real talk for a second. Memes aside. Memes and butthurt gamer rage aside. I was thinking of taking a little break from streaming Total War Warhammer. Because, there's a because there. Because there's the next DLC coming out, right? And I just got done casting a lot of my season stuff, and the community seems to be winding down a little bit as a lot of people are doing what I'm thinking about doing and kind of taking a break before the next DLC comes out. Because you don't want to be burnt out going into the next DLC, right? Because when I get early access, I'm going to be making a lot of videos and doing a lot of research. Because we don't get a patch notes. That's the hard part. When you get early access, you don't get patch notes. So I have to start figuring out what to make videos about without knowing what I'm looking for, right? So I'm going to pull out Grail Knights. I'm going to have to do some testing with them to see if Grail Knights are fixed. And if they're not, then make a video about them not. If they are fixed, make a video about them being fixed, right? You also have to check all the dog shit lords. Because you want to see if, like, is Tretch good now? Even though, now he's, okay. That Tretch's not the best example because he used to be dog shit. Now he's just fine. He's not great, but he's fine. But, you know, you go through all the dog shit lords and you see if any of them got buffs. You go through, obviously, the DLC stuff and find if there's anything worth talking about. All those things. So I don't want to be burnt out going into Total War and then do a really deep dive into this DLC. And then when the DLC comes out, I want to do some streams of the DLC. So all that stuff. So I need to take a little break and not get burnt out. And right now I'm debating between just taking a break from streaming altogether or streaming some other games for fun. Like, we have challenges, like I did Doom, but every time I died, I would have to do some push-ups or something. I was thinking about doing that with Dark Souls, and my community voted for that, but I wussed out because I was getting nervous about a trip I was going on, so my anxiety was being really high, and I just wussed out real bad. So I could do that if people wanted. Also, we have done my personal favorite that really does not get a lot of community response, but I love is the Skyrim One Life. I love the Skyrim One Life runs, where it's just like I load into Skyrim, put it on the hardest difficulty. I have a mod where it lets me start anywhere, so I just hit random. And then, you know, the setup is like, Dovahkiin, he is Dragonborn, he's so badass and amazing, Fusrota. But I'm like, I mean, yeah, he could be badass if you give him infinite lives, but real people only live once. So I love the concept that, like, everybody's hyping up this fucking guy, and he makes it, like, 15 minutes into the world, runs into a bear, and dies. Like, I think it's so funny. One time, one of those runs, the Dovahkiin died in the north to cold exposure. Like, he just flat out died up there. It was really funny to me. So I love those. I might stream those things if people are interested. But if people aren't interested, just then I won't bother. Like, I'll still play those things in my own time, but I just won't stream it. So, curious on your thoughts, if you have any thoughts on that kind of thing. But early August, I'll probably try to find a week where I just don't stream anything. Like, Tactical Lich is on your screen right now. I'll ask him if he feels like streaming my weekly new player tournament, because I don't want to stop doing that. Like, people clearly enjoy it, but yeah, I will have to take a little break from streaming before the next DLC. Otherwise, I'll just enter the DLC burnt out. Dark Souls is going to be a fresh experience if you haven't played it, but you have to do a lot of push-ups if you're doing the challenge. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, sir. So it's funny that now, before you think I'm spoiling anything, CA has not told me anything for me to spoil. so I'm not spoiling anything. But if the current rumors about the release date are true, we're looking at like late April for this stuff. I don't know. Otherwise, I feel like we would have heard more about it by now. Maybe like August 1st. Sorry, I probably said April. Maybe August 1st, they say like DLC in 2 weeks, and I'll eat my words. But normally, man, CA is doing a lot more hype stuff before this. So I think it's coming out at least in the August, late teens, late 20s area. I don't really think we're going to see it in the early teens at this point. I think that's safe to say. But if it does come out later, I have a board game convention I have to go to August, the last weekend in August. And then Grace's family has a big meeting where, like, her sister is coming out of Seattle, so she's going to stay with them for a week. So I have a bunch of, like, social obligations and this convention to go deal with. And I swear to God, if the fucking Tzeentch DLC comes out while that's happening, and it's like, okay, I got to work in times to stream, too. That's super cool. Super happy that's happening. But whatever. Hopefully it comes out either before or after. Before or after. Not right when I'm going to be super busy. Please. Please, CA. You had all summer to release this thing. Don't do it the 1 week I'm going to be absolutely busy. Okay, what are we looking at? Warriors of Chaos versus Norsca? Okay, I guess I could do that. Looks like we have 2 Marauder Horse Masters, 2 Marauder Horsemen, and 2 Marauder Horsemen of Tzeentch per group of 3. 2 groups of 3 overall. Archaon the Everchosen with Spirit Leech and Burning Head, 2 really good spells. Plus his Crown of Domination, but not Fight or Die or Slayer of Kings. Interesting. Sometimes you see the Crown, sometimes you don't, but I almost always see Slayer of Kings. Aside from that, we have Chaos Warriors, a bunch of them. 2 with Halberds, 2 with Great Weapons, and 1 the ROR Mirror Guard. And then we have the Severed Claw Aspiring Champion ROR. Very popular unit. Very popular indeed. For the other side of Norsca and Tactical Lich, do have 4 Skirmish Cavalry. It looks like all of them are Marauder Horsemen. We have Dogs. Looks like 2 Norscan Ice Wolves, 2 Norscan Warhounds, 4 Skin Wolves, then a front line of basic ass Marauders, Throg the Troll King, and a Fate of Buna and Spirit Leech Caster. That is going to be pretty good against these folks. I mean, Spirit Leech on Severed Claw actually sucks because their health pool is so freaking high, but Fate of Buna onto these Chaos Warriors could be pretty good. I like it. Good choices, good choices. Skirmish Cav is currently beating up on the poor little doggos of Norsca. We're trying to catch up to them, but it's just not really going their way. And now you're going to plow into Chaos Warriors, so hopefully Lich will fall back, and there he goes. On the other flank, the same story prevails. So it will be a bit of an early skirmish phase. Co-op? I could. Though, Booj, you would try to get me killed, so I have to do more push-ups. 6 Skirmish Cavs must be game 2? Oh, it must be. I feel like Marauder Horse Blanks got nerfed, and then they either got buffed or got left alone. I honestly don't remember, and it just took a long time for people to pick them back up, but I see a lot of really good players picking up Marauder Horse Blanks, and that makes me sad because I am a trash Skirmish Cav player. So if the meta goes back to Skirmish Cav, I am going to get slapped around so hard. Yeah. And my time to get some unfair flame in to all my skirmish enjoyers out there. I hope you're having fun, because this is peak gameplay for everybody involved. I'm sure everybody loves watching skirmish. Ah, Human Boy, not all skirmish games are bad. Ah, Human Boy. Yeah, but I can unfairly pretend that they're all bad and make fun of a playstyle I don't personally enjoy, but I know is perfectly valid and a lot of other people enjoy it, but I don't, so therefore, fuck skirmish. Skirmish mode can eat my ass. Alright, Norscan Warhounds threatening those skirmishers a little bit, but backing off. The frontline fight has been engaged, but like Chaos Warriors, right now it's looking bad because there was a Fate of Buna, but like Chaos Warriors will slap through these Marauders. So Norse is gonna have to make something happen soon. They have so much flank pressure with all their mobility, it's just not being done. And the Marauders try to dodge the Burning Head, but it completely curves into them. And I have a theory that when they said they changed Burning Head's, like, targeting or whatever to be, like, less, it's less, like, aggressive or something with its swoop, they also changed it to be less random, because it is not random where that thing curves. It homes in on a unit. Whether it be friend or foe, it homes in on a unit. I've never seen a Burning Head just, like, stay the course and miss. It'll always arc to hit something. Anyway, Chaos Warriors are slapping through Marauders as you'd hope they would. A lot of Norsca's mobility has been chilling and watching this go by, and I think that is going to hurt them in the late game, as now you won't have infantry to hold the Chaos Warriors in place while you rear charge them or something. You're just going to have to deal with Chaos Warriors. As the Severed Claw are being pushed through by Skin Wolves, I think the Skin Wolves will come to regret it in the end. This is looking real rough for Norsca. I don't know what they're going to do. They let their whole front line just get eaten alive, and that was a whoopsie. Throg is now surrounded. Skin Wolves are trying to opt in and help. Norscan Ice Wolves do rout off a Marauder Horsemaster, which is a good pick. Meanwhile, Skin Wolves are trying to fight Archaon. They're down to like half HP, though. They've taken a good chunk off of him, but they'll have to back away. The Mirror Guard are nearby, and it's not going to go their way. Throg the Troll King is getting Spirit Leeched, and he's standing in Halberds. He's down to half HP already, and still the balance power is about halfway. Though Big JP is up 2,000 damage value on Norsca. I think the balance power is full of shit. If those Great Warriors will eat the Norscan troops, yeah. Yeah, Rocket. I was being silly. I was being silly. I know Kite is fine. Alright, Archaon's chasing around Throg. Throg's trying to get away with Foe Seeker, and Archaon will opt out. Because he's in front of a bunch of skirmish cav right now, and Throg's a pretty decent combatant, so I think he realizes he's a little overextended now. He's trying to stay away from the punishment here. Skinwolf's getting eaten alive by that front line. Chaos still has 5 skirmish cav, though they are mostly out of ammo. They're still healthy light cavalry in the late game that can do stuff. More Skinwolves are trying to rejoin the fight, but I don't know what kills, like, these halberds. What are you going to do about these halberds? Archaon the Sometimes Chosen. Archaon is really good now. I like Archaon a lot. I don't think he needs nerfs. I know we see him all the time, but I think other Warriors of Chaos Lords need buffs, because Archaon is very expensive and very squishy if you put him in a bad situation. But if you play with him well, he can carry a game for you, and I think that's fine Lord design. He's also very expensive. Like, very expensive. He's good. He's good, but, like, so expensive. I think Archaon's well balanced. Just the fact that he's popular doesn't mean he necessarily has to be nerfed. Balance of power is still roughly even, and I'm just like, am I on drugs? Am I watching a different game than the balance of power? Because this feels like Chaos is slapping it. Throg's trying to heal back up. 1 Chaos Warrior is routing. There's 2 more that are close to routing, but this Halberd is chewing through Skin Wolves. The Severed Claw are full HP. Look at all this shit that's full HP. I don't know. I'm watching a different game. Reed Walsh? Hell yeah, dude. Reed Walsh, I needed that today. For some reason, I was in kind of a bad mood. If you were here at the start of the stream, you would have caught that. His single-entity killing power should come from his sword. Yeah. I mean, without Slayer of Kings, he's not nearly as imposing to Throg, for sure. But I think Archaon's a good example of a Lord. Like, powerful, but expensive, and has clear weaknesses. Unlike some other Lords that are popular, like, not to constantly shit on Dark Elves is just the easiest example in this current state of the game. Like the Dark Elf Sorcerer Lord, or Malekith when Malekith was OP. It's like, Malekith can't make mistakes, because if he lands, he just Soul Stealers himself out of a problem. Archaon can. If Archaon fucks up, he has to deal, like, he has to live with the consequences. So, I don't know. I like Archaon. I don't mind playing against him. I don't mind playing with him. I just think he's fun. And that's another thing. I really like Lords that are fun to play both with and against. This is going to be interesting. A predictive Burning Head to peel off these horsemen that are following around Archaon. And I'm kind of surprised the Skirmish Cav hasn't jumped in to help him, because the Skin Wolves are slowly dragging him down as he runs. It looks like the dogs are also hurting him, but he causes a mass terror rout, leaving just the Skin Wolves, who instead try and get onto the Skirmish Cavalry. Gonna rout them off, maybe, and their Marauder Horsemen, who just happen to get in the way, but they're so low they immediately rout. But maybe their bodies will stop this long enough that the Skin Wolves can catch up and get some good damage out onto the Skirmish Cav. Now, Archaon had Throg on the ropes a long time ago, but the longer this goes, the more Throg heals up, and Archaon does not. So slowly but surely, Throg is coming back into this game to be a menace. We have some forgotten skirmish cavalry and skinwolves for tactical lich on the very far side. They will have to return to the fold if they want to participate in this game. And a big catch for Norsca is these ice wolves with superior speed and they slow you. We are going to have a big rout of all these skirmish cav. Now, the skirmish cav are almost out of ammunition, so they're just light cavalry, but you take the picks you can get. It's not like, it's not like they're worthless. You might as well take them out. And the dogs are going to walk them off. It looks like Norsca managed to pick 3 of them. A Spirit Leech onto Archaon, but Archaon returns one onto the Shaman Sorcerer of Death. And Throg thinks about wandering into some halberds, and I would disagree strongly with that assessment of things. It looks like he does too, as the horsemen and dogs continue to chase the other horsemen and dogs. But some skinwolves did opt into the halberd fight. It looks like they were trying to chase the horsemen, but ended up with the halberds. So they'll want to get out of there. And if Archaon can be sniped, maybe you can Spirit Leech your way to victory. Maybe. Norsca's actually up on the balance of power. And the horsemen and skinwolves in the distance were remembered now, so they are coming back. Other skinwolves are continuing to heal up. Dogs keep chasing these other marauders around. And for Chaos, the last of their Marauder Horsemen has routed, so they are relying mostly on just infantry now. Throg jumps in with Fight or Die onto all of his Warhounds, giving them all better stats so they don't terror out, but also just giving him some melee attack. Throg misses a crucial attack on Archaon. He's got to get every shot he can in right now. He misses another attack. I feel like Throg's been missing a ton recently. There, he gets a big shot onto Archaon, but he has to get all the damage he can out right now. It looks like the Spirit Leech caster's coming in to throw another Spirit Leech down. Another big hit from Throg, and there is the Spirit Leech. Now, this Shaman Sorcerer got a little too close to these Chaos Warriors with halberds. He starts to run away now. He might rout, but that would just take him to safety. And Throg got another hit in while we weren't looking. The Spirit Leech is doing good damage to Archaon. 2 seconds, 1 second left on it, and Archaon does die. The balance of power tanks down for the Warriors of Chaos. But what can you do about these halberds? What can you do about the Severed Claw? The balance of power might think this is over, but I sure as hell don't. Norsca and Tactical Lich played really well to clean up all the other stuff, but they have been ignoring the elephant in the room. That elephant, elite, heavily armored, anti-large Chaos Warriors. And all you have left are large targets, I guess, and some almost dead dogs. Talking about Spirit Leech? Oh, okay. I see. Alright, Throg opts into a fight with the Severed Claw. That is going to go so poorly for him so fast. He's lost 300 health since I started that sentence. 400 health is gone, and now he's opting out of that fight. Norsca could spend a long time, and if you were playing like 100% perfectly, you would want to chase these routing units with your dogs and just buy time. Use that to fulfill the attacking role, get as many Spirit Leeches as you can out onto these guys. But I don't know if Lich will play that way. Somebody outside has the biggest penis I have ever heard. Anyway, Chaos Warriors with halberds almost breaking as more and more dogs pile on top of them. I think Lich was just going for an overload to get them to rout, and he does. And his best friend might be the broken-ass balance of power. No joke whatsoever, he might be entirely counting on army loss in the Severed Claw. Marauder Horsemen and Skinwolves are going to charge back into these halberds. Throg is also going over there. We need Spirit Leeches, if any are available, onto these guys, because there's no shot you kill the Severed Claw. I just refuse to believe it. There's no shot you kill them, but if you rout everything else, maybe army losses does the dirty work for you. Big pile in. Fight or Die is popped, giving them really good melee stats to get through these halberds. The Severed Claw rejoined the battlefield. Dogs are continuing to chase off the Mirror Guard and these other Chaos Warriors. And do these halberds rout? I think if they rout, Norsca will win this game just off of army losses shenanigans. But I'm not kidding, dude. I think the Severed Claw could kill this whole army pretty easily. Not a problem. There they go. They rout. Norsca might actually win. Spirit Leech onto the Severed Claw too. Throg is also diving in onto them. But this is a little overcommitment from Lich in my opinion. He needs his dogs to chase these guys. He needs to back off and let these Chaos Warriors get out of the blob so that he can effectively chase them elsewhere without the Severed Claw beating his ass. Throg does opt out. Again, the Severed Claw took a nasty toll out on him. And the dogs are routing. Skinwolves are taking some serious damage. Marauder Horsemen are also routing. And the Severed Claw, if they want to win this game, are really hoping that all of these routing units keep the bounce power away from them. You have Skinwolves. Skinwolves are regenerating. Throg is regenerating. So every moment that balance of power is going to get worse for you. And there's nothing the Severed Claw can do about it. They can't, like, force a fight, while Lich just regenerates with all these units or chases down and kills the Chaos Warriors that could potentially come back, making the balance of power worse and worse. And yeah, I think this Everclaw just doomed on balance of power. Lich piles in, though. Not taking the easy way out. He does opt into a fight with the Severed Claw and does get that army losses. GG. I went on record and I stand by it. I thought Norsca was fucking doomed. I thought Norsca was doomed. The balance power was on drugs, man. Like, yeah, it was turning Norsca favored, I get that, but just straight up army loss... Ugh. Damn. That feels bad. I think Lich played it really well, and I think he could have won it. I don't think it was 100% over, but I actually think it should have been 50-50, maybe even 55 in favor for Warriors of Chaos, because I don't know. Severed Claw, we're going to be there forever, dude. Severed Claw, we're going nowhere. For the Chaos Warriors in general, their Chaos Warriors did fine. Skirmish Cav did quite well, and Archaon did fine too. On the other side for Norsca, the Skin Wolves got a lot of healing off. We saw many of their heal caps approaching, so like they took a ton of damage. But that will inflate Chaos's values. Their Skirmish Cav also did very well. And their Ice Wolves did okay. Deathcaster with 2,100 value. My god. Oh, you had a couple more Spirit Leeches? Gotcha. You weren't casting them on cooldown, I didn't feel, so I thought you were running out of Winds Magic. I also thought you maybe had cast 2 Fate Abunas and only saw 1. What up, Christian? How you doing? How you doing? I see you commenting on a lot of my videos, calling me, hold on. Let me pull up your most recent comment, Christian. Christian Wehrbright commented, "Why is Human Boy such a little bitch biscuit? Why is he never right about anything? I hate him and his content. I will continue to downvote every single video just until he gets his bitch ass off YouTube. I hate him." What was that about? Why did you say that about me? Because that was hurtful. I cried. I cried all night. Sir. You're an asshole. No, I'm kidding. He didn't say that. All right, what do we got? What do we got? If you come with me... Hey, Tactical Itch, can you post a link to your channel? I've been talking about you, but I haven't taken the time to actually go link your channel. Also, since this is totally a normal forum to discuss it, do you want to host one of my new player tournaments in the upcoming weeks if I feel like taking a week off of Warhammer? Yes or no? You have to answer right here. This is not something that could happen in direct messages or text or anything like that. It has to happen on a live stream. All right, so we just saw Tactical Itch is going to the semifinals to fight Blood Penguin. Phoenix King is fighting Saber Regnum at the top. I will message Phoenix King and see if they are in game. If they are not in game, I will pop up there, because we just saw Lich and Blood Penguin, so it'd be good to spread the love, get some more Phoenix King and Sabrus. We haven't seen Sabrus at all on the stream, so I'll check with them. Just give me a second. Give me a second. Yo, yo. You got a lobby? Alright, he already messaged me. He must be listening. Score. Umbrella, if you're still here, you are the boss of this. Normally, when I am hosting a tournament, I just let one of the semifinals go without me, and I'll catch up to them in finals. If you want to have them wait and have me cast that, that's fine. Up to you. But unless you say otherwise, I will just let Penguin and Lich play without me. Because, you know, it streamlines things and it gets done faster. But if you want it streamed, then it is your event, and we will do that. So just let us know, man. Let us know. Either is fine. Sorry, making sure I spell Sabrus Regnum correctly, because I always I always go R-E-S on the first name instead of R-I-S. Human Boy's cousin. Holy shit, it's Human Boy's cousin. XMT the Phoenix King. I have to do XMT Phoenix King, though, because his name is too damn long. Absolutely shellacked me in round 1, and he's here to fight Saber Sregnum. Saber Sregnum beat another one of my admins, so maybe Phoenix King's getting vengeance for Rocket as the Human Boy admins continue to fall. Toyful? Hell yeah, dude. Really underrated channel, by the way. Love your live streams, Lich. Yeah, Lich is great. Lich is great. We absolutely love Tactical Lich on this channel. I could not praise him enough. He's a really good guy. If you're looking for other content creators as well, not just trying to make this a Tactical Lich love fest, I know there's also The Wild Platy on YubTub. He streams a mix of land battles and domination. He's a very, very good domination player. Yeah. Recently, he hasn't been streaming as much. He's rather inconsistent with his streaming schedule, but when he does, it's a good time. So feel free to hop in there and say hi. Any other shoutouts? Most of the channels are larger than me, so shouting out them is kind of pointless. But Dav Plays is around. He does some good stuff. If you haven't heard of him, seems unlikely, but if you haven't, he's there. And there's a little-known streamer called Turin. He's pretty small, pretty bad at the game. He just doesn't know what he's doing. All right. So if you look up Turin, I think he has like 52 subscribers. I think. Don't quote me on that. It's like 52 or 53 subscribers. Utter garbage at the game. Only casts siege mode. Like it's just bad content. I don't even know why I'm shouting it out, but like it's there if you want to support a small fledgling YouTube channel. Someone's gonna message me and be like, heard you talking shit about Turin. He doesn't have 53 subscribers. He has 160,000 subscribers. You're an idiot. I'm like, the joke went whoosh. The joke did a good whoosh. I would be shocked if out of my 6,500 subscribers, I would be shocked if more than 10 didn't know who Turin was. That is how confident I am that you people know who that is. If more than 10 didn't, I would be floored. Why Pixelated Apollo doesn't play Warhammer 3? I actually don't know who that is. Tactical Lich, enjoy both streamers a lot. They'd be good boys. What up, Lil Troll? Good to see you. Good to see you. Hey, you also have a channel? It's true, Phoenix King. You occasionally post random memes of things, yes. Aw, Lil Troll, that's so nice. Dude, if Lich and I co-opt versus Legend of Total War, I still think Legend would win. Turin hasn't been making much content because of the heat though lately. Oh, yeah, that tracks. I'm sure he'll be back in force when there's a new DLC. The guy that hosts AoE 4 games, right? Yeah, that guy. He's actually making his way into Total War now, Pogman. Yeah. Only Siege tournaments would get at least 3 players. Ugh. Dude, I like the concept of Siege. I know Umai's also runs some Siege stuff from time to time, but it's so hard. It's really hard to get like players together, and then if people think land battles need rules, Siege battles need rules just to make them not absolutely slow. And what also sucks is a lot of people who like Siege battles, I don't know why this is, but a lot of people who like Siege battles lag. So whenever we try to host Siege battle tournaments, man, they just like nice people sign up. They're great people. they have fucking potatoes for computers, so it takes forever to load, and then it's super laggy, and siege battles are already longer form content, so you have longer form content, and it's just it's so bad. I want it to be good, but it ends up being so bad. No, like that turn. Having a big channel doesn't mean it's good, it's only that's more normie oriented. I still think Turin's pretty good at what he does. He's got that, like, he has a better microphone setup than me for sure. Whenever I listen to his audio quality, I'm like, how do I do that? I also think he has a really good broadcaster voice, which some people tell me I have. I don't think so, but I don't think anybody thinks they have a good voice. I will donate $10 if you beat Grubby in a Warcraft 3 match. I've never played that. Oh, yeah, Warcraft, yeah. 3 match. I've never played it, but I will learn just for you. How's this game has burnt my memory? Sorry, Mr. Teufel. Sorry. All right, what do we got here? Phoenix King on his beloved favorite High Elves. In a spear box. Look, let me draw it. It's in a spear box. It's a spear box again. Let me draw it for you. That's a box. That right there. Spear box. Only spear box player. Anyway. 3 Sisters of Avalorn. What the fuck? Looks like 4... No. Yes. 4 Silver Helms, 3 Illyrian Reavers. We have an Archmage of Light with Net and Foz protection. And then we have triple Sisters of Avalorn and a frontline of Spearmen. On the other side, for Sabrus Regnum and the Lizards, don't usually see him as a Lizardman player. That's interesting. 4 Chameleon Skinks. 3 Feral Cold Ones. 1 Pterodon Rider with Fireleech Bolas. The Thunderous one, Ancient Stegadon ROR. A Life Salon with just Earthblood for his spell, and then he has some bound abilities. Frontline of Skinks. And some red-crested skinks in the corners. Where did all the money go? Why does this lizard build doesn't feel like it spent all of its money? Because skinks are cheap, red-crested skinks are cheap, pterodons aren't that expensive, feral cold ones are cheap. Where did the money go? What the fuck? I guess chameleon skinks are $650, but they're still I don't know, man. I know he didn't, but this is one of those builds that just blow my mind where it feels like there's 4,000 gold sitting somewhere that I can't find. There's nothing to be ashamed of having a face for radio and a voice for print. Scaro Cod, I love that. That is awesome. Alright, Cohort of Sotek Pop refuse to die. They won't lose any models. They will take as much damage as possible until they are down to 1 hit point per model. The Thunderous one is in. The High Elves off to a good start as the Sisters of Avalorn just tear into all these guys. And the skirmish elements of Sabrus Regnum's army are going to have to get active very quickly. Because that's a lot of money to have into the skirmish. And there's not a lot to be skirmishing here, right? A stalwart line of spears, a lot of hyper-elite archers, and some cavalry. Not a lot you can really poke and prod. Thunderous one is currently going through a laser light show. I love how he charged through all those guys, dodged a million arrows, and the High Elf said, all right, enough of this bullshit, net him in place. Shield of the Old Ones gives him some damage resistance, plus he already has a natural 15% missile resistance from being a big stego, but Sisters of Avalorn are not to be fucked with, and they are lighting him up. There is no healing? No, there is healing for the Lizards. I remember the High Elves didn't bring healing, but the Lizards have Earthblood, so they're trying to get him out now, but he's already down to sub-half HP, and he has to wait for another Earthblood cooldown to get even more healing. Chameleon Skinks and Feral Cold Ones riding up. Here's the Silver Helms are going to just roll over them. The Skink front line got massacred by the Archers and the Spearmen, and while the balance of power thinks this is even, this is turning into a High Elf slaughter. They are crushing it. The Thunderous one is already toast. Like, there's no shot he lives through this. As soon as that cold-blooded wears off, he's going to rout. He's going to rout even before that, so now he can't dodge the arrows if he wanted to. Skinks are pushing through, but Sisters of Avalorn are no slouches in melee combat. 3951 for stats. Meanwhile, the Archmage of Light is up fighting Pterodons with Fireleech Bolas. She is taking some damage, but overall she is winning. And the Thunderous one falls. The Sisters of Avalorn just tear them apart. Chameleon Skinks lose their little Feral Cold One protectors, and now these 3 cavalry units should roll over those Chameleon Skinks, and things are looking doomed for the Lizardmen. Human Boy's like the Alex Jones of Warhammer casters. Is that a compliment? Is that a compliment? How do we feel about that? I'll read chat more carefully after the game. More Silverhelms in the backfield are trying to chase down some red-crested skinks. The Fireleech Bolus Pterodons did not get to use a lot of their ammo before this. Eagle Mage just ran at them and really forced them into melee combat. Sisters of Avalorn trying to fight back against red-crested skinks now. That's not going great for them. This is a moment for the Lizardmen to get some balance of power back in the game, shutting down all of these archers like this. And while they're decent combatants, I mean, they're still, like, very expensive. So they don't want to be in melee combat with skinks, but shit happens. Their front line eventually fell apart. I think this is a moment for the balance of power to get a little even, but I don't think that this game is going to come back to the center. As there's just, like, nothing left for lizards. These chameleon skinks are going to get run down. We can see one of them is routing. The other three are all surrounded by other stuff. The enemy Lightcaster should be coming back soon. She's overextending, chasing a Pterodon down. I think she just really didn't want it to come back for some reason, but she should be back here offering Foz protection and nets for her force, you know, just doing some stuff like that. Like a Foz protection on the Sisters of Avalorn would make them actually just impervious to skinks. So I think maybe overchasing on the Pterodons a little bit, but overall, Phoenix King's been playing this game really well, so it's like, oh no, you slightly overchased the Pterodons, okay. You know, it's a small optimization, but he's doing fine. Yeah, and these Silverhelms up on the high field here, just taking out chameleon skinks. Spearmen holding skink cohorts down where the Silverhelms could reset and rear charge them, getting rid of those guys if they wanted to. Balance of power is danger low for Lizardmen, and that balance of power is that bad with a full health life slime right here. And if you know anything about Warhammer 3, Lords and Mages take up a ton of your balance of power. So if you have a non-combat support Lord at full HP this late in the game and the balance of power thinks you're fucked, you're fucked. Because this guy ain't carrying shit. He's not going to fight his way out of anything. He's not going to fight his way out of a wet sponge. Chameleon Skinks trying to come back over here to fight the Sisters of Avalorn, but some Spearmen did help bail them out from those red-crested skinks. A big rear charge from Cavalry and Spearmen will get another Sister freed up, and with two Sisters of Avalorn free and clear, I imagine they'll both turn their sights on the Mage of Life, and Sabrus does FF. Jormungandr, I don't understand. That must be something in the water. Thunderous one with only 300 value just got shot a bunch. Chameleon Skinks did fine. Red Crest Skinks did fine. Feral Cold ones mostly got shellacked. And the Skink frontline mostly got shellacked. Pterodon Riders actually paid for themselves though, so nice job. Cool umbrella? Sure thing, dude. Archmage of Light did okay. Spearmen held forever. Sisters of Avalorn did well. Silverhelms did quite nicely running down all those skinks. And that is a GG. That is a very GG. And High Elves are 2-0 today, relying entirely on spear boxes. Must be a coincidence. They only win when they spear box. Daniel Moore, how are the matches going? Shit. Utter garbage. No, they're going really well, dude. Alright, catching back up, chat. Human Boy has a great Swizz voice. What's a Swizz voice? It's the kind of voice you need to ask your friend to shout to your friend on the other side of a valley. Mr. Teufel, that take did not age well. Edit it. Edit it. Change it. Cool umbrella. Alright, if that's what you mean by I'm the Alex Jones of Warhammer, then I suppose I accept it. I do shout random crazy shit. Why is this taking on moving well in net? Its charge animations haven't moved slightly. I couldn't read the Phoenix King's name properly and read Human Boy's Coochie. No, it's Human Boy's cousin. Some folks, the Alex Jones, Boris Tidebringer crossover Terrace did. Grievin, I'm slightly confused, but if I am reading that roughly correctly, yeah, the tariff Boris Todbringer with Alex Jones voice lines is fucking hilarious. I love it so much. The one where One second. Okay, sorry. I'm messaging the other semifinalists about whether or not they're waiting for us. As an armulus loss, bringing a single big dino versus Elves is awful. Phoenix Guard, when, Human Boy? Oh, Phoenix Guard box? I don't know, man. Whenever Phoenix King feels like just making a Phoenix Guard box and refusing, stop denying that he's just a box player. Like that last build, 7 cavalry. Sounds like a box. Anyway, the Alex Jones Boris Todbringer video where it's like the election of Karl Franz or whatever, and he's fighting versus Karl Franz. It's so funny. It's so good. If you haven't seen it, just look up Boris Todbringer Tariff and you'll find it pretty quickly. But I love how in the end you just start screaming incoherently and Franz is like, oh my god, get me out of here. I also love during that speech that, like, it keeps showing a bunch of different races and they're kind of getting a little inspired by Boris, and it's very funny. Oh wait, shit, go back.
Ready.
These are demons.
What
do I do, Lord?
Destroy the child. Corrupt them all.
This is their plan, people. These are demons.
What?
It's basically an intergalactic invasion into this space through people. I'm telling you, it's what all the ancients said. It's what they warned of. It's what we're dealing with. They're demons. They're frickin' interdimensional invaders, okay? I'll just say it. Make fun of me all you want, but everyone already innately knows this. These are not frickin' humans, okay? Is a goddamn demon.
So?
They're killing, so you're telling me it isn't real when they had a vote in the goddamn Senate? These people are not frickin' humans, okay? I'm a pioneer. I'm an explorer. I'm a human. I'm animated. I'm alive. My heart's big. It's got hot blood going through it fast. I like to fight, too. I like to eat. I like to have children.
They're getting inspired.
I got a life force. This is a human. This is what we look like. This is what we act like. This is what everybody was like before us. This is what I am. I've got the fire of human liberty. I'm setting fires everywhere.
So?
Ah! Ah! Vote!
It's so good. God, I love that video. It's so funny. Like, everybody's getting inspired by this crap, and then, like, Franz just pisses him off with one more and he just loses his goddamn mind. Oh, it's so good. Alright. Tomb Kings versus Grand Cathay. For the Tomb Kings, we have 4 Skeleton Horse Archers placed in the very far vanguards of the Cathay deployment zone. We have 4 Carrion, Arkin the Black with Spirit Leech, and Fate of Buna. And then we have 4 melee Ushapti, 5 Skeleton Spears, including the King Kesha Scorpion Legion, and we have 1 Chosen Gods Ushapti Great Bow, ROR. On the other side for Grand Cathay, we have triple Crane Gunners, 4 Jade Lancers in the back line, a front line of Jade Warrior Halberds and Jade Warriors mixed, and then in the sky we have a Yin Lord with Cloak of Jet and Ancestral Warriors as there's 2 spells. Nagetsky, you click to say hi, but then you got some Tariff videos. Tariff videos are great. Yeah. Tariff is really, really great. Love his videos. I haven't watched as many recently, but whenever they pop up, generally give me a quick smile. A smile for free. So Cathay might run into some issues here if all 4 Carrion charge at these 3 Crane Gunners, and then all 4 Skeleton Horse Archers charge at the Crane Gunners, and as long as they pick different targets, it could be difficult for these Jade Lancers to stop them. Chosen of the Gods firing up and over the hill into the Crane Gunners right now. Crane Gunners are currently just focusing down Ushabti, which is not their favorite target. They really want to be going after infantry, but the infantry here is such dog shit that they'll take it. They'll do their best. Ancestral Warrior Summon is out. They're on to the Chosen of the Gods now, and they do have Frostbite because they're an ethereal unit, so they could slow those guys down to 38 speed, doing some good damage there. The King Nikesh Scorpion Legion is going to try to do something about it. Exactly what we were talking about is now happening, as Crane Gunners are attacked by the Carrion. I imagine as soon as the Jade Lancers abandon their post to protect the Crane Gunners, the Skeleton Horse Archers will move up, try and get a little bit more damage in. But it looks like they're actually just going to go for ranged mode, firing it on the Crane Gunners, which is fine, I guess. They're 30 armor and silver shielded, but only if the shield is facing the correct direction, right? King Kesh Scorpion Legion effectively peels the Ancestral Warriors off the Chosen of the Gods. The Dragon-Blooded Shugi Lord of Yin is trying to continue to be a pain in their rear. The Carrion are all dying as we expected, but was their sacrifice worth it? We will have to find out in the next episode of Dragon Ball Z, as these Jade Warrior Halberds are holding. And the Halberds especially are going to do a lot of damage versus Sabrus' precious Ushabti. I know he loves the Tomb King's melee Ushabti rush, and I think maybe Phoenix King knew that too, because bringing Halberds into the front line is not usual. Now the Skirmish Cav are trying to run into melee, but it is too late. The Jade Lancers have taken out the Carrion threat, for the most part. There's one up there. But then now these guys are charging in, the Jade Lancers aren't busy anymore, so they can turn around and just deal with the Skeleton Horse Archers. And things are going rough for the Tomb Kings early on. Dragon-Blooded Shugi Lord is pushed off at the Chosen of the Gods by a Skeleton Warrior summon of Arkan. But Arkan's going to have to get more aggressive. He's going to do more stuff. One Crane Gunner has been taken out, which is very nice for the Tomb Kings, but the other two are still active, and the cost was like 4 Carrion and 4 Skeleton Horse Archers. 3 Skeleton Horse Archers. So it's pretty brutal. Anyway, Ancestral Warriors continue to fight in the back line with the King Kesh's Scorpion Legion. Those skeletons will be fine because this summon fades away now, but it was annoying for the Chosen guys to deal with. Sometimes that's enough. Sometimes all you need is to be annoying. All you need is love, 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 love. Human Boy's cousin is up 2,000 damage value, and I would tend to agree. His front line is just holding. It's going absolutely nowhere. The back line, the Jade Lancers pushed off all of those skirmish cav, getting a ton of value back for themselves. And when the back line and the front line are going well for a faction, you're in deep trouble. The only thing going well for the Tomb Kings is the Chosen of the Gods still have tons of ammo, and they're pretty healthy, and they've been effectively peeled for. Now both summons are out, so this caster essentially is useless now. She only has Cloak of Jet, which just makes her invisible. It doesn't actually give her army any bonuses or anything. So she's just a melee combatant. But the second summon is doing what it needed to. It pressured the Chosen of the Gods forward. They run straight into Jade Lancers. The Jade Lancers are also going to get some damage out. And that's just looking like it. The Ushabti summon is here. It'll probably kill a Crane Gunner. Maybe honestly kills both. But even that I don't think is enough, as the Tomb King's front line is entirely gone. Arkan's now surrounded by random-ass cavalry. Melee Ushabti taking some big damage. Chosen of the Gods are entirely gone. And I think as soon as this fake Ushabti fades, we're probably going to hit the army losses point. Probably. King Kesh's Scorpion Legion are dragging themselves across the snowy plains to try and rejoin the fight. Arkan is currently getting the better of the Dragon-Blooded Shugi Lord, but she has more support, and she can honestly just walk out of here if she wants to, as these Ancestral Warriors try and finish off the Ushabti that are nearby. This Ushabti did kill an entire Crane Gunner, helping the balance of power stay out of army losses territory for the Tomb Kings. I don't know if it can get all the way over to the other Crane Gunner and finish it off before its summon unspawns, and I also don't know if that's even going to be enough. Ushabti did go for the Crane Gunners, and they are doing massive damage to them right now. Does Arkan have another Skeleton summon soon? That could be nice. Because you do have an Ancestral Warrior summon that's about to fade here. Bounce power goes into army losses territory real quick. I thought I saw everybody spike down, but not so much anymore. Anyway, Ancestral Warriors fade away, which is huge for the Tomb Kings, bounce power-wise. And if these Ushabti in their last 11 seconds of life can finish off those Crane Gunners, that'll give them the only chance they have of staying in this game. Not winning it, but staying in it. They can also snipe out the Dragon-Blooded Shugi Lord, who's now surrounded by basic skeletons, and the Skeleton Spearmen are pushing in on these Jade Lancers, and if they can get to the Shugi Lord, with Arkan still Spirit Leeching her, if they can kill her outright, like, maybe maybe the Tomb Kings win, but I don't see how you're killing all of these Jade Lancers. I've been wrong before, though. Norsca did beat the Warriors of Chaos when they had 0 right to. All right, there's army losses. We won't be wrong that many times today. I have to sneeze. 1 second. I'm back. And that is GG 2-0 to the Phoenix King, who is going to finals. Ark got good value. Chosen Gods did okay, but they were pursued their entire lives. They didn't have a lot of time to sit and shoot. Melee Ushapti got trucked on. And the Skirmish Cav really struggled to get much done either. Carrion did fine. For Phoenix King, his front line held forever, went absolutely nowhere. Crane Gunners did pretty well overall. Jade Lancers did pretty well overall. And the Dragonblood Shigi Lord of Yin actually got 1,000 value despite having 0 damage spells. Because remember, the Ancestral Warriors don't count towards her value. Alright. We have 2 best of 3s left. We have Tactical Lich versus Blood Penguin as the other semifinal, and then whoever wins that versus Phoenix King for finals. Let's hop right in there. The players did indicate that they were willing to wait for me. I know it's getting late for Tactical Lich, so I didn't want to force it upon them, but we're here. Blood Penguin. I know his name in Steam is Plague Penguin, but he is a different one than his Discord. It's not my fault. I didn't do anything. Allegedly, these players have already done picks and bans for the series. I know Phoenix King and Sabrus also did picks and bans before their series. So that's why that went so fast. Alright, well, Blood Penguin finishes the last of his build. Yeah, he's still allocating some funds. I'll be right back. Alright, we're loading up. Let's do this. Norsca versus Empire. So who's left? Blood Penguin was my dark horse. So if he beats Lich and then Phoenix King, I guess I was right on that front. Yeah. I think it would be cool if Lich or Phoenix King won, though. Blood Penguin wins more often than they do, so I was like a good upset. I'm happy either way. I haven't seen a lot of the Knights of Blazing Sun recently. They look cool.
Mind their tentacles.
Mind their tentacles? What? I don't have tentacles. What are you talking about? This is Norsca. They have a spooky boy. Is it a spooky boy you're after? Because they have a spooky boy. They have basic marauders. Do Famir have tentacles? Not really. Except actually, what are their tails? What the fuck? Okay, they're kind of clubbed. I thought maybe those were teeth and their tails were like maws, and that would be strange, but yeah. Alrighty, for Tactical Lich and Norsca, we have 6 Skirmish Cav, 4 of which are Horsemen. Ooh, 5 of which are Horsemen, 1 of which is a Throwing Axe Cav. No, 2 are Throwing Axes. keep moving around. That's why I usually try to wait to cast that. There we go. Yes, 2 throwing axes, 4 regular. Then we have 2 Norscan Warhounds to accompany them. A front line of Marauders, 4 of them. 2 Famir Warriors. We have a Skinwolf Werekin, Throg the Troll King, and a Shaman of Fire. I know why this guy is here, actually, for once. It's the Ruinous Flesh. He gives 10% missile resist to everybody around him. Famir already have a pretty insane 25% missile resistance, and then 20 more from the Mist. When the game starts, they'll go up to 45% missile resistance, and then this guy will give them 10 more. So they'll have 55% missile resistance once the game starts. So I know why that's there. It's a good combo. On the other side, for the Empire of Blood Penguin, we have 2 Knights of the Blazing Sun, 1 Demigryph Knights with Halberd. I know he really likes Demigryph Knights with Halberds recently. We have a front line of Spearmen and Swordsmen, some Halberders to back them up, 3 Huntsmen, a Jade Wizard with Earthblood and Regrowth, and then Karl Franz, Prince and Emperor, up on Deathclaw with all of his buffs. Cannot choose between them. Tetraloch is a really nice guy, good player, and if Blood Penguin, dude seems Chad as well. Also, what's the name of the English actor who can not say penguin? I don't know. I do not know. I had to put a dot in chat to move you above that weird heart thing that's on the right-hand side, because I can't... YouTube put that in the dumbest spot, and if anybody writes a sentence there, I can't see what it is until it gets moved up. The Huntsmen probably want to shoot at the Famir, but the problem is going to be that missile resist, man. It's going to be so brutal. 55% missile resistance now that all the buffs are there. Though the Skinwolf is getting a little bit ahead of them, so they're losing some of that missile resist. But Huntsman Shot goes in. Huntsman Shot does nothing to the Famir, because they also have 133 armor. So yeah, they're chilling against these Huntsmen. Something has to be done. Demigryph Knights with Halberds are piling forwards. Fran's probably going to dive in at the same time as them, try and give them some big buffs with the Reichland Runefang and all of his stuff. Standard ground Reichland Runefang make them absolute world beaters in the melee department. Franz himself is also juiced out the nose, and he is here ready to party. Now, all that missile resist will not help you in melee. The skirmish cav for Norsca is currently being forgotten in the distance. They do need to come in here now. Demigryph Knights with Halberds taking a lot of damage, so I imagine the Life Mage will have something to say about that soon. And Famir are also taking a lot of damage. Unlike Skinwolves, they don't have regen. They don't have anything like that. Franz is chilling. A Regrowth did hit, I think. Or was that an Earthblood? Yeah, it was a Regrowth for the Demigryph Knights with Halberds. They're going to be just fine. I think this game might be very quickly over. Balance of Power is teetering, and the damage value is very equal, but I think that Empire got a huge win at the start here, and I think they are going to roll it home. Famir on the backline also taking damage in these Halberds and Knights of the Blazing Sun, so they are also routed. So both Famir have taken a lot of damage. Throg's taken a lot of damage overall, and you are mostly relying on Skirmish Cav at this point. But we have 2 alive Huntsmen who can outrange and outshoot all these Skirmish Cav. Mass routes are in for Norsca. Knights of Blazing Sun come rear charging through to get rid of some Marauders. Big Burning Head's going to go down the line, but it's mostly hitting heavily armored cavalry, so it won't really do that much damage. I don't even know where the Firecaster is. There he is. Hello, little friend. Where are our Halberd Demigryphs? Where are they at? What are they doing? They're over here above half HP still, and Franz even dives onto Throg. Skinwolf Werekin's going to come over and try and help Throg duel his way out of this, and Franz will have to be a little careful. He doesn't have a lot of defensive buffs up just yet. His standard ground is on cooldown. Earthblood is going to heal him a little bit as he opts out of here, and the Demigryph Knights with Halberds will take over fighting there. Empire is slowly creeping up on the balance of power as Huntsmen continue to fire into these Skirmish Cav. Skirmish Cav are firing back, but standing archers will usually outshoot Skirmish Cav in a straight-up trade. Little troll, that's interesting. That Burning Head went through the whole Empire line, even if they were checkered formation, aimed directly for the Empire infantry. It was not enough to save them, but yes, that was a really good Burning Head. Famir Warriors rejoin the fight. Famir Warriors are on their way out. Throg is taking big damage from Karl Franz. And the Demigryph Knights will keep the Famir off his back, but actually Franz just dives back into the Famir. Throg does rally because he was just terror routed. He wasn't actually routed. And the Huntsmen have taken care of a lot of the Skirmish Cav. There are 3 very healthy ones over here currently firing at some Spearmen, but that's just not going to be good enough. Another Earthblood for Franz and his Demigryph Knights. Franz has taken a lot of damage, but I think he's going to be okay. I think I'm going to be okay. Skirmish Cav for Lich pile in. Gonna get rid of these little Spearmen, but Fight or Die for Throg is active. Meanwhile, he has Reichland Runefang And Galmaraz popped, giving him an impressive 660 weapon strength. He is going to slap Throg, though Throg is slapping right back at a big burning head. Might get rid of these halberdiers and spearmen. Halberdiers try and dodge it. It curves a little bit with him, but does overall get the damage out. Franz is hitting Throg right in the face. Throg might even shatter, but the Skinwolf Werekin was trying to get to Franz. Franz does get away, and the Demigryph Knights finish off the Skinwolf Werekin. Now, without any of those forces and Huntsmen shooting at the Skirmish Cav, army losses is creeping in ever closer. Ooh, also the Shaman of Fire is routing at the same time. That's probably why this is getting so terrible. Famir probably want to catch Franz while he's still on the ground. He realizes that, he turns away because he needs to get back up in the sky. And the Demigryph Knights with halberds will catch the Famir. And the Demigryph Knights probably got crazy value this game. 2,100, yeah, it's not insane, but it is really good. And that's looking like GG. Anime sucks. Your name, I disagree with. But your concept you just posted, I agree with. Dave, that's fine. I really like the Empire campaign a lot, but yeah, there's a lot of people who don't play Empire. Throg and the Skinwolf and the Burning Headcaster did great. Famir got slaughtered in melee. They had so much missile resist, the Huntsmen were doing 0 damage to them, but then the Empire poked them. Nate Mate, I also agree. Franz, 2,000 value did well. 2,100 for the Demigryph Knights with halberds did really well. Knights of Blazing Sun, don't know where they were. They apparently were very healthy, but they didn't get a lot of value, so I just hope that they were chasing some stuff or something. Huntsmen all paid for themselves quite nicely. Halberds did fine. Spearmen and state troops did good. Good. And that is 1 up to Blood Penguin. Kislev and Bretonnia are now being hovered. I'm sleepy all the time. So sleepy. Is that a sickness thing? Because I'm wondering if it's a sickness thing. It's not just like tired, like muscle tired. It's like specifically sleepy. I woke up today. I slept from midnight to 9 in the morning. Woke up, recorded some videos, decided fuck this, went back to sleep at 10, woke up at 11:30, and I'm still tired. I don't know what to do. Is this just my life now? I just exist being tired? Watching Lich make a build. On the other side, Kislev. Looks like their build is set. Feels like Blood Penguin's been wanting to play this counter matchup for a while. Yeah, he's ready. Sounds like you overslept? Dude, that's not possible. It's not possible that for a full week I have been oversleeping. It's a lie. Very loud motorcycle. Damn, Phoenix King. That's a long sleep. Low iron? Maybe. Maybe a big base solo. Or what if I'm dying? What if this is it? This is the end for me. Human boy, yes. Age 29, died of old age. His tombstone just reads, he lived it. He lived his full life, got to the end. Some people take 89, 90, even 100 years to get to live to their full lives, and he did it in 29. He checked all the boxes, and his body was just like, all right, well, we did it. Might as well shut it down, boys. We fulfilled all the orders. So we're just good. We're good to go. Because, you know, like, if you think of your body like a factory, right? If you you get all your orders done and stuff, you're out of inventory, there's nothing left to do, might as well just turn the lights off and go, right? Right, guys? That's how bodies work? Maybe you're just overwhelmed by the new DLC coming out. Maybe. True Skaven fan would have a Skaven lifetime. See, I'm old for a Skaven. Very old for a Skaven. Sleek Sharpwit was like 12 years old and he was completely infirm. Barely could move around. I'm 29. Over twice as old as he was. And I've been lifting weights since you're 19. Yeah, juicy goose. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, I've also been working out a good amount. But I've been doing that for a long time. Comes and goes. Sometimes you feel fine. Sometimes you feel run down. It's okay, Grieven. It's okay. We still appreciate you. So Bretonia's build is weird. I'll go over it in a second. I saw Blood Penguin's build, so I get it. 2 Warbear Riders, one of which is the Oath Brothers of Tor. 2 Costified Dervishes to chase down stuff. We have Kistalton for his healing, plus his AoE melee buff for flaming attacks, and that is it. And we have Ulrika with Enfeebling Foe and Melkos Mystifying Miasma, just trying to really train down the Grail Knights when they come in. Then you have a bunch of Kossars with spears for archery and fighting, you know, cavalry in the back line. Then you have 5 armored Kossars that can beat pretty much anything Bretonnia goes through. You need Warpstone Snuff. Yeah. Alright. On the other side for Bretonnia, very strange build. We have 5 peasant mobs, some spearmen at arms, 4 field trebuchets? Unless he cut back. Okay, cut back to 3. 3 field trebuchets. Probably still 3 too many. Then we have a Grail Knight, Knights Errant ROR plus another Questing Knight for the armor piercing, and another Questing Knight for the armor piercing, so 2 Questing Knights. And then we have Henry Le Massif, a Life Caster with Regrowth and Earthblood, and fucking Rapance. Rapance de Leoness. With her plus 10 melee defense and plus 8 melee attack aura when in melee combat, and her plus 40 melee attack bonus for herself. Fucking Rapance. I hate her. I think she's bad. I know Platypus says she's good in domination now, but I still don't think she's any good in land battles. I'm 49. How do you think I feel, Mr. Human Boy? Sit in my little cave under the stairs to scare children and tourists. That's fair, man. That's fair. Look at this peasant already cheering. He's like, yeah! Yeah, toss the rocks! When, like, nothing's happened yet. Kislev's still way in the distance and he's losing his goddamn mind. Yeah! We're gonna toast some rocks! I want this guy to cheer again, though. This guy started it all. I want to see him do it again. Or has he realized the monster he's created? Now everybody's cheering. No, fuck the game. I'm not casting the game. I'm watching this guy. Alright, he bends. He cranks. He picks up snow. Are you just making a snowball? Do you even fucking work here? You're just making snowballs, you dumb piece of shit. Fuck. That asshole. Starts the whole, oh, let's cheer before the battle even started thing. And then he just makes snowballs. What a slacker. What a class clown. I think all of his fellow peasants think he's really cool, so they want to be like him, but they'll realize that in like 10, 20 years, he's just an asshole. Strat has Rapance PTSD. Yeah. I know Big JP won a battle with it, but that was Foot Rapance, so that was a little different. It was Foot Rapance, right? The finals that Dav cast, right? Or am I thinking of a different thing? Anyway. Trebuchets are firing into the armored Kossars while those guys move up. Kislev just wants to get in range. Costified Dervishes thinking about taking free-ass charges onto the peasant mobs. They might be light cavalry, but these are super light infantry, and wow, that was actually sadder than I thought it would be. Alright, Dervishes, go home, you're drunk. Melkostos Mystifying Miasma onto the defenders of Fleur-de-Lis. Probably not the best target, probably still just want to focus down the Grail Knights. Though, I could be... If he sees 2 Questing Knights, maybe he thought that was the ROR Questing Knight, which would be a great target, but it's just the Defenders of Fleur-de-Lis. So they actually cost less than a basic Questing Knight, which is why I'm like, not a good thing. Pistols firing in onto the Grail Knights, and countercharge from the Bears. This could get real spooky real fast, as the Grail Knights, oof, Dancing Blade hits them, lowering their melee attack, or was it someone else's? Don't know, don't care. Anyway, the Grail Knights are under half HP. They're already getting a heal. Regrowth Overcast trying to save them from the absolute slaughter that is happening right now. If a Regrowth Overcast can't save you, you're not going to be saved. I am so sorry. Goodbye, Grail Knights. It was fun seeing you while we did. Meanwhile, the Bear Riders are still here, still doing great. And a Melkoth is also going to follow them away. Wow, those Grail Knights just got absolutely tanked. They're dead. They're dead as hell. I mean, I know they're going to come back. We all know they're going to come back, but they're dead as hell. Meanwhile, Silix Lullaby trying to heal up these armored Kossars and the bears that are in this combat. And over on the far side, Oath Brothers of Tor don't need no man. They don't need no healer. They don't need no lord as they kill some Questing Knights for free. Now the Questing Knights are stuck between Spearmen and Oath Brothers of Tor. They're not having a good time with that at all. The Defenders of Fleur-de-Lis pile in over here. Questing Knights are on this side. Can they do it? No, they can't. Meanwhile, the Trebuchets fire completely uncontested, and nobody cares. Like, just Bretonnia doesn't care. Kislev doesn't care. Nobody cares. Balance power was wavering for a bit in the favor of Bretonnia. Now the damage value is catching back up for the Kislevites. I would tend to agree. Grail Knights trying to return to the fold. They still have 31 out of 48 models, which actually means there's a ton of healing that can be done onto them. But Questing Knights get slapped down by those bears and the Melkoths. And the Defenders of Fleur-de-Lis are the last cavalry still in the fight. The Oath Brothers of Tor are here to make sure that they're the last cavalry that enter the fight, as Grail Knights do Grail Knight things. Another regrowth for them as they openly charge the Warbear Riders. This will go much less good for the Warbears. They were previously buffered up by being in the middle of armored Kossars, but now that the charge just hits them, they'll have a less good time. But Enfeebling Foe brings the Grail Knights down to a pretty paltry 15-11 for melee stats. And Ulrika plus Kistalton are here to make this go the other way. Regrowth is trying to keep those Grail Knights in the fight, while the Warbear Riders continue to whittle them down. And the Melkoths, after the fact, really just dragging that healing cap closer to the bottom, eh? For Kislev, their infantry is doing pretty well. The Oath Brothers of Tor are rampaging through things, and the Kossovite dervishes are currently rolling through the back line, taking out all the field trebuchets as they go. That is going to be huge value for them. The hero core of Bretonnia is quite healthy, but Blood Penguin has dealt with that by just ignoring it, walking away from it, not really interacting at all. Another heal for them. The Bear Bros might turn back and go deal with it. Looks like also Kistalton and Ulrika are going to join that, as are the Oath Brothers of Tor. I love how the bears walk. They look so doofy from a range. Like, look at the little models bob. Bop, bop, bop. Now they're running. That gets more aggressive. Kossovite dervishes are now attacked by spearmen at arms. They have routed 2 of the 3 trebuchets, and the 3rd is almost breaking. Oath Brothers of Tor use their lightning to try and lower these guys' stats. But Henry managed to dodge all of the lightning bolts, so he didn't actually get blinded. Only she got blinded. It missed Repants and Henry. That's really funny. I didn't know it could miss. I thought if you were in the circle it would apply the debuff, but no. A lightning bolt has to actually hit you. Weird. Anyway, balance power is going heavily in the favor of Kislev. Trebuchets are all routing, and Army Loss is even going to hit as Repants takes a nasty shot, and it looks like Henry might have died. No, he's in here somewhere. He just routed. He's happy he's not in the front row. Yeah, true. That cheering peasant is having the best day of his life, and then later, okay, maybe not the best day. Yeah, that was just really well done from Kislev. Lich, you had a good run through the tournament. You got to semifinals. Be proud of yourself. Hold your head high. The other side, Bear Riders did great. Armored Kossars did okay. Yeah, they did fine. Kossars did alright. Kossovite dervishes. This one got onto the Trebs, so he got good value. Others didn't. GG's. And we will now get Phoenix King in here for the finals. XMT Phoenix King. And Blood Penguin. It'd be funny if Phoenix King wins it. That'd be pretty funny. Because then it's like, oh, I got beat by the tournament favorite. I mean, not the tournament favorite. I got beat by the winner of the tournament. I'll take that. I'm happy whoever wins. Or am I? It's a lie. What do I have left to do today? I have shit to do, but what is it? Gotta work on videos. There's always more videos. Thankwell's lore video comes out soon. How soon? How soon does Thankwell come out? Let's take a look-see. Who is Thankwell? 3 days. So I have 5 videos left. I'm recording a bunch more. Cool. But Thankwell's lore video comes out August 2nd, which is Wednesday. Wednesday. That's cool. Our Queek video did okay. Skaven Lord Tiers by Lore Strength did okay. What is Carricade Peaks did okay. Our lore stuff's been doing alright. I saw there's a YouTube channel, Blake's Takes, and he has more subscribers than me with 21 videos, and it's all about campaign stuff, and I'm like, I gotta get that campaign. I gotta get that campaign energy going, man. That's where the money's at. I like your lore videos, Augustus. Good. Yeah, I am running into a bit of a problem with the lore videos, though, is that I've read the entire Gotrek and Felix 7-book series, the 7 omnibus series. I didn't have anything interesting to say on it. Now that I reflect on it, I don't have anything interesting to say. It's a good series, I just don't have anything to add. The entire lore video would be like, Gotrek and Felix are 2 cool explorers, and everywhere they go, Felix has love interest problems, and Gotrek fights a big bad. And you don't think Gotrek can beat the big bad, but he does. And, the plot is more interesting because of the characters they run into along the way and the interactions they have with them. But it's just, I don't have anything I want to say about it. So then I could make a lore video just, reading you a list of people they meet and what happens, but there wouldn't be any jokes behind it. There wouldn't be any commentary. I have nothing to add. So I have nothing from that series that I really want to talk about. I have a Malekith video I want to make that could be kind of funny. I have an Alethanar video I want to make that'd be kind of funny, though I have to finish his book. I'm 2/3 of the way through it, so I need to finish that up. So that's 2 videos I can still do. Bruno the Bounty Hunter was a good read, but I don't have anything to talk about in there. There's nothing in there that really interested me. When I say interested me, I mean to make a video about it. Reading it was fine, but I don't want to make a video that just says, Bruno the Bounty Hunter was good. End of video. I don't have anything to talk about in there. I read the Bretonnian Knights individual books. I haven't gotten the omnibus bit yet, but I read the individual books. Those were good. I would have to reread them to remember what I was talking about, though, because I read those 3 or 4 years ago. Could do one on Scarsnake. I'd have to reread it, though. Matthias Toolman Witch Hunter was good. I would have to reread it to remember it because that was also 4 years ago. And I don't know if there's anything there I want to talk about. Because he's also not very marketable. He's not a Total War character. So then people who watch my channel will be like, who the fuck's this guy? And I'd be like, here's a story of some Empire guy you'll never see. So, yeah, people have been really positive about the lore stuff. The problem is I'm running out of material. So I'll have to either get way more aggressive about reading or slow my roll, I guess. Why is Malekith stupid? Part 2. I really want to make the Malekith video because of what he did in the Shrine of Assyrian. That was so fucking funny to me, man. I know Malekith is arrogant. It's not. It made sense. I'm not criticizing the plot point, but it was really funny, his arrogance of just walking in there to the shrine of Assyrian, the god, the best god of the High Elves, and the previous Phoenix King had to walk through the flames of Assyrian to be judged, to be specifically judged, and he was so scared that he wasn't pure enough that he had like all these lore masters of Hoeth give him wards and stuff, and he performed ceremonies to try and protect himself, all these things to try and protect himself, and he got through, and he was like, fine. And Malekith shows up bearing a sword, which is very against the rules, kills a bunch of other High Elf princes and kings in that room, and then walks up to the flame like, yeah, this is just gonna go fine. No wards, no protection. And burns alive, gets absolutely shredded and destroyed, and he is surprised. Like, he's got the surprised Pikachu face. And I'm like, but how are you that surprised? And I know it's because he's really arrogant, but it's just so funny to me, man, that it's like, and I compared it to when I was talking about it, because when I first read it, I talked about it on stream. I compared it to being in trial with a judge right in front of you, and you're the defendant or whatever, and the prosecution's like, and that is why, Your Honor, that Malekith is dangerous, a danger to society, and a bad person. And then Malekith just like shoots the other guy, kills him in front of the judge, and goes up to the judge and is like, so I'm innocent, right? And the judge, sitting right there, watching him kill the guy, accusing him of being a bad person, goes, no, you're super guilty. And Malekith's like, what? How could this be the case? So then, of course, he goes home after he heals from his burns, and he's just like, the High Elves betrayed me. And it's like, the god of the High Elves was so specifically against you. Not your dad, loved your dad, but so specifically against you that it's a conspiracy that involves God. And you're so right. It reminds me of that Bruce Almighty bit. No, it isn't Bruce Almighty. It was someone else. But like, one of the characters is talking to like God, like an all-powerful deity or whatever, and God makes a decision and they disagree with it, so they start like shouting at God, and they're like, you can't do that. And God's like, bro, I could do anything. And that's kind of how I feel about Malekith, where Malekith's like, Assyrian is wrong, and all these things, and I'm perfect and pure, and I was correct to kill all of those princes in front of his altar, which you're not allowed to do. I broke all the rules, but the rules are wrong, and God's wrong, and everybody's wrong besides me. And it's like such a complete lack of awareness. Like, literally saying the sentence, everyone is wrong besides me. You just say that out loud, and it never registers that maybe you're a little full of yourself, Malekith. Yeah, Lamb Sauce King, that was good. That was a good meme. I liked it a lot. No, Malekith is he's a well-written character who is very flawed, right? Like, and by very flawed, I don't mean like the author made him poorly. It's like, no, he's a very well written and believable character. Once you understand who Malekith is, everything he does makes sense. He's just wildly flawed as an individual. And the fact that an entire section of the elven race is following him is just like a tragedy in its own right. Like, it is kind of sad, and it's built to be that way, where like you as the reader knows that these dark elves are just like way too lost in the sauce. And they're just doomed. They're doomed, and they're following the wrong guy for all the wrong reasons. And I think that's why the M Times is so frustrating. The more I read of the lore, the more I understand why people are pissed off that Malekith ends up being billed as like the ultimate good guy, and like the only chance to save the world is fucking Malekith. And you're like, well, okay, now that I understand who this is, that's really stupid that that's the end result. It's really dumb that the writers want you to believe that Malekith was actually right all along. Like, it's really fucking dumb. Alright. Very quick army setup from these two. So Blood Penguin on Norsca versus the Dark Elves of Phoenix King. We have 2 Dark Riders, 2 Cold One Knights, 2 Dark Shards, 2 Witch Elves. We have the Chill of Santa, War Hydra, a Deathcaster with Spirit Leash and Fate Abuna, Malice, Darkblade, and 4 Dread Spears. On the other side for Norsca, we have 5 Marauders, 2 Marauder Champions, 4 Skinwolves, 2 Marauder Hunters with Javelins, a Shaman Sorcerer of Metal with Plague of Rust and Searing Doom, Wolfric the Wanderer with Hunter of Champions, Sea Fang, and Fight or Die, and then I think 2 Norscan Ice Wolves. Yes, we do indeed. This is the Blood Penguin Classic. He plays a lot of Norsca, and he always brings a very similar build to this with some slight variation, but he always has 2 Marauder Hunters with Javelins and the Plague of Rust caster. He always takes that combo. Javelins are throwing in onto the Chill of Sontar with only 60 armor. He is not that tanky. Skinwolves are also tearing him apart, and the Chill of Sontar is off to a rough start. Marauder Champions find their way onto the Dread Spears. They will trade very effectively there. And Cold Knights are trying to charge in. They do not do well versus infantry at all, so they are trying to get onto the Skinwolves, but similar problems I faced in my Skaven versus Empire game from earlier. They are just getting trapped up on this front line, not having a good time at all. Demon's Curse is popped from Mouse to try and debuff this area a little bit. Plague of Rust is onto the Cold One Knights, and now the Javelin Throwers are now focusing on the Cold One Knights rather than the Chill of Sontar. They understand that guy's going to heal cap probably throughout this game with all of the regeneration that Hydras have, so he instead is going for the Cold One Knights with their very finite health bar, getting a lot of damage out. These Javelins are also going to throw out those Cold One Knights who are 90 armor, bronze shielded, but still, Javelins do a lot of damage to cavalry, as you can see. Frontline fight is going okay for Norsca. It's honestly going okay for both sides, but right now Norsca is trading quite up in the damage value department. Almost 2-to-1 at this juncture. There was a Fate Abuna somewhere onto something. It was onto Marauder Champions. Not a bad take. Marauder Champions are going to be rather hard for this Dark Elf Force to deal with, so just getting rid of them is okay. Because all your infantry is just Spearmen, so like, they can deal with Skinwolves in the late game possibly, but Marauder Champions will eat through your entire backline if you give them the time to do so. Searing Doom catches some Dark Riders, but a good dodge from the Phoenix King with his Dark Shards, trying to keep those guys up. Other Dark Shards come under attack by the Norscan Ice Wolves, but those are pushed off swiftly by Dark Riders and a Terror out from one of the sources nearby. Chill of Sontar still trying to get something done, mostly just holding up the front line a little bit. Oh wow, Sea Fang did a lot of damage there to those Dark Shards. Well, that was a bad time. Dark Shards dead as heck. Bounce power is about even. Damage value is 2,000 in the favor of Norsca, but these Witch Elves are getting into the back line, and if they can stop these Marauder Hunters with Javelins, they could get a lot of damage value out. Skinwolves are going to come deal with them, but they'll immediately get rampaged, and the Sisters should be able to finish them off. Unless these guys have already been rampaged. Looks like they might have been. That or the Sisters... Sorry, the Witch Elves have not tried to attack them yet, because I don't see the Madness of Cain debuff on them. So they just haven't attacked at all. Malice is going to be a problem. He always is. That'll be something to deal with. And there we go. The Chill of Sontar got its first big burst of that healing from another takes its place. Which is why Blood Penguin wasn't trying to poke him down early, because it doesn't matter. You're going to have to kill the whole thing eventually anyway. Might as well get rid of the cold ones. Skinwolves in the backfield trying to finish off some Dark Riders and maybe the Dark Shards. Looks like they're more focused on the Dark Riders, though. I'm getting a little scared for Norsca. They're still up on the damage value, but it does... I mean, I keep saying that, but I'm worried that, like, the more I look around, the less Norsca I see and the more Dark Elves. Like, the Chill of Sontar is still just vibing. Malice is still just vibing. Deathcaster's full HP. Big breath attack from the Chill of Sontar. Really good damage on the Skinwolves. Really nice stuff there. And these Marauder Champions still pushing forward. So both Marauder Champions are extremely low on health. Big Plague of Rust takes the Chill of Sontar down to 30 armor while it's surrounded by Skinwolves. That'll be a good amount of damage off of him. Witch Elves in the backfield are routed. Still have one Marauder Hunter with Javelin. It looks like it is currently throwing at the Witch Elves. Just wants to get rid of that Rampage debuff. Chill of Sontar will get another heal proc soon, which will take him to his heal cap, but then, you know, that'll be that, and he'll just be one health bar that you have to deal with. Dark Shards are firing in from the high ground, though. Not feeling great for those little Skinwolves down below. Wolfric gets a big pick. He is going to be able to take out the Sorceress of Death. Hunter of Champions on her lowers her down to 0 melee defense. Now she is on foot, he is on horse. Last patch really improved how these units interact, but still foot characters are rather difficult for horses to deal with in general. Chill of Sontar is getting low. Where's that heal proc? That's 3 more uses. That's insane that it has a number of uses while it's heal. It'll full heal at it'll full heal and 2 charges of it. That's really funny that it has 4. Anyway, Wolfric's still trying to kill this lady while I stumbled over my words. We have some Skinwolves trying to regenerate up. ice wolves and stuff chasing things around, but none of that matters. All that matters is Malice. And there is another takes its place proc. So this big boy is heal capped. Pretty much. Deathcaster is gone. That is a big win for Norsca, especially as the late game goes on. They don't want to be continuously spirit leeched. Wulfric will chase her off. These spear guys are chucking at the Plague of Rusted Malice. We will see if we get it to Zarkand. Ooh, very early transformation. I think, oh, he was maybe trying to hold off the balance of power from being army losses. Because now Malice is unbreakable. Quick Reaper of Souls onto Dogs and Skinwolves. Trying to get those guys to rout. Army losses will hit soon, I imagine. Chill of Sontar is going down, down, down. And a burning ring of Skinwolves. Just sounds pretty dumb, literally any succession crisis, civil war. Alright. Blood Penguin will take game 1. Looks like Phoenix King just decided that Malice couldn't solo the entire army. And saved us some time. It's not the same as Helm Gorserling over all the undead like Nagash, but sounds about the same level of dumb. I really like your second point, Greven. Perhaps more apt to be after thinking, thinking after a little that Astrogoth could waltz into Karazakarak, proclaim himself High King, and that all the dwarves would just end up bowing before him. Yeah, that's a really good description. I like that a lot. That's awesome. All right, Dark Elves, very mixed value across the whole thing. The Witch Elves and one of the Dark Shards doing the best. On the other side, Wulfric did fine. Metalcaster was good and supportive. Skinwolves, really good value, just insane value out of those Skinwolves. Javelins also more than paid for themselves, almost twice over, but not quite. And Marauders and Maraud Champions did okay. So Blood Penguin is very good at Norsca, especially versus Dark Elves. I see him playing that all the time. For 2 different events, I had to see Blood Penguin fight as Norsca against Dark Elves in the last week and a half. And then I also had a replay someone submitted of them fighting Blood Penguin as Dark Elves and Norsca. So I've seen a lot of Blood Penguin's Norsca build recently, is what I'm trying to say. Alright, as a setup for game 2, I'm going to go chat with Grace about dinner plans. Because originally I told her the stream might go till 8 o'clock our time, so just eat without me. But it's 6:12 right now, and we have 2 games left. So I'm going to see how hungry she is, or if she's going to wait for me. BRB. She's gone. Alright, we need to pull. We need to pull. All right, chat, help me. Assist. Assist the boy of hummus. Moo cow. Holy shit, you guys. Don't look now. But we have a handsome boy coming. Moo cow. Who's the handsomest boy? Who's the handsomest boy? You wanna come up here? Come here. Come up here. Come up here. We know you want to. I see the look in your eye. There's my handsome little man. Look at this boy. Look at the boy. Look at him down there. Being a little moo cow. Coming to visit his dad. Yeah. Oh, we just love you. A little spot on his nose. It's just off center. Move it a little bit that way. Wait, it's mirrored. Move it a little bit that way. And you got a dead center. Oh, he's such a good kitty cat. He loves his snuggles and his squishes, which is all the best things about this kitty cat. Yeah. He's like, yes, please, more squishes. How you doing, bud? Your mom took the dog for a walk. Can't find her. Or did you kill them both and eat them? Did you kill them and eat them? Oh. Yeah. He's a good boy. Do you want more pets or are you done? Okay, yeah, you want more pets. He's a little monger for attention. Just loves getting his daily scratches from his dad because he loves his dad. And your dad loves you, little bud. Your dad loves you. Alright, let's get the show back on the road, huh? Blocker, come down. When in doubt, always go for the pizza. Yeah, moo cow kitties are the best. Moo cow wouldn't eat me. I feed him too well. Guy's such a handsome kitty cat, though. Like, look at this little guy. He should be on the cat food commercials. Come here, camera. Look at him. He's a gorgeous boy. And he's not missing an eye. It's just dark. There, you can see it now. He has an eye. Hey, Puka. Thank you for the head nuzzles. And this right here, this. Look at the face of a good boy. God, I love him. He's like 13 now. 13, 14. Okay, you're really digging the chin scratch. That's all you seem to want here. So whenever I go behind your head, you always raise your head trying to get more chin scratches. Lean into it, bud. Lean into it. You're such a handsome little moo cow. Look at that handsome boy. What are we doing? Warhammer stuff? I guess. There we go. Camera wire's going across my straight. I have cat hair in my mouth because I just stuck my tongue out while I was focusing. Oh, Elves versus Bretonnia. Alright, let's go back to the cat stuff. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Don't headbutt the microphone. That probably sounds terrible for everybody else. You stupid, stupid man. The microphone cannot give you love and attention. You're so shitty. Now I have cat hair all over my face. What did you do? Now my face is itchy. I'm not allergic to cats, but there's just hair all over me. God! Oh! Oh! Okay, we're gonna focus. So for Blood Penguin, if you want the stream to end right now, you're rooting for Blood Penguin. If you want to go to Game 3, you're rooting for the High Elves and a Phoenix King. Let's get into it. We have a men-at-arms front line plus peasant mobs, spears and swords throughout. We have some pole arms as well. And we do have one Grail League to give some buffs, leadership, and melee attack wise. Then we have 4 Knights of the Realm, 1 Grail Knight, a single Blessed Field Trebuchet, no friendly fire coming from those lads. King Lewin Leoncoeur up in the sky with both of his buffs, the Lion's Shield protected from missiles and magic, and then Sword of Khorne to make his enemies more open to death. Make them just a little more open to being killed by Grail Knights. Then we have a Damsel of Life with Regrowth and Earthblood to support the Grail Knights and Lewin. On the other side, we have the Knighthood Classic build. We have 4 Lothern Seaguard, triple Spearmen, Alariel the Radiant, with Foz Protection and Earthblood, plus her Star of Avalorn, and then the Knighthood portion I was talking about is he always goes Larry, and he has recently been sending me some double Handmaiden of the Everqueen content. Then we have triple Dragon Princes. I think this High Elf build has a 0% chance of success. I love to see it. I like to see the creativity. I do not believe in this at all. If it wins, more power to him. I hope it does, honestly. I hope it wins. I don't think it will. Phoenix King, you went too ham. You memed too close to the sun in this one. Horses end up in the swampy mist. They're trying to fire over at Knights of the Realm right now. Let's see how those arrows do. Double miss. All right, wrap it up, boys. But Blood Penguin dodged. They didn't miss. They missed. But Blood Penguin switched where he was going. They couldn't put. If they were better, they'd have homing arrows. Just look at Wood Elves. Dragon Princes charge straight into the Peasant Mob, taking half HP off them, and now Knights of the Realm and Lewin are streaming over. Can the Dragon Princes get out of here? It looks like no. They're beset on all sides by foes. But you know, boy, that's one side. All sides by foes. Don't know how hard this is for you to understand. Oh, Grail Knights are Knights of the Realm are coming in, and now these Spearmen are beset on all sides by foes. If you see, they have foes here and here, and that is all 4 cardinal directions. They have nowhere they could possibly run to, as the Spearmen are getting whittled down. Now, Lothan Seaguard, all 4 of them have stuff to shoot at. They can shoot at little pathetic peasant mobs, though the Spearmen aren't really scared of them either, so for now they're just getting some free archer fire down. And the later we get into the stream, the weirder I get as a commentator, so get used to it, I guess. Knights of the Realm with their lance formation are reduced down to 20 melee defense, and that is really hurting them right now versus the Dragon Princes. Countercharge from more Knights of the Realm and Lewin. And overcasted Foz protection, getting everybody here 24 melee defense and 30 armor. In the center, we have Grail Knights piling into Spearmen and Dragon Princes while being shot at by Lothan Seaguard. That could be a mistake. A little too much of the Grail Knight Kool-Aid is being drank here today, but man, those Grail Knights are beating the shit out of Dragon Princes. I'll give you that. While being shot by 3 different archers and attacked by spear units, they actually traded better in damage value versus the Dragon Princes. That's the world we're living in. Knights of the Realm have taken a lot of damage over in this fight. The Dragon Princes being healed up by Alariel, doing really good work. And the Sword of Khorne, debuffing them is just not enough, really, yet. Dragon Princes continuing to fight Grail Knights. We're now getting healed up by a regrowth. Still getting poked by those Lothern Seaguard. We'll see if that amounts to anything in the long run. Dragon Princes are trading back against Knights of the Realm, who are also fighting some spear units in the Lothern Seaguard, because Phoenix King only knows how to spear box. Everything is a spear box if you look closely enough. How much anti-large or AP do Dragon Princes have again? 0 anti-large, 13 AP. So 24 faction war win? Alright, listen you. I did a 24 faction war with the Chaos Dwarves. I didn't do a faction war this patch because I thought there would be a hot fix to the clearly broken Bretonnia and the very strong Ogres. There will be a faction war after the next DLC. I just have to hope to God they fix Grail Knights. Mr. Man. Also, we just finished a faction war like a month before the DLC came out, so I didn't really want to do a faction war and a faction war. You don't want to do the same thing too many times or it gets less fun. Right? You want the faction war to be hype, not boring. Alright, Dragon Princes still fighting it out with the Grail Knights, who have received some healing, but they're already back to like half HP. More healing for the Dragon Princes. It looks like Larry's just trying to out-heal Bretonnia, because she does have the Star of Avalor, and plus she can spam Earthbloods, though she has been overcasting the shit out of them. Double Handmaidens are doing pretty well with Lewin, and the Lothern Seaguard are beating back any peasants that really get to them, just with their superior melee stats. I mean, you're fighting peasants for God's sake. Oh, these are men-at-arms! Peasants. I was being generic. Knights of the Realm and Grail Knights just sitting here. This is the epic cavalry action you wanted, is both cavalry slam into each other and then just sit there and grind it out, never moving. Who won last faction war? I have a blank. It was the Phoenix King. It was the Phoenix King. Bounce power is about even, though I would personally prefer to be a Bretonnia. Damage value is also very even. High Elves are slightly up, but they're losing the War of Attrition. And almost heal cap Dragon Prince is getting pushed out. Dragon Prince with a lot of healing left to get is being pushed out, but it's not getting any heals right now, so I think that banner carrier is not where most of the unit is. So this heal is mostly benefiting that last Dragon Prince. Now, Knights of the Realm are approaching their heal cap. Real Knights are as well, but they're just overall better off than the High Elf units are. The Double Handmaiden is still doing wound and actually kind of beating his ass. Are we going to talk about that? We're going to talk about this has been happening. Now, to be fair, Lewin has been balls deep in this fight for the entire thing, just sitting in Spearmen and Dragon Princes and the Handmaidens. But still, I mean, they're doing well. Lewin finally opts out of there, deciding that that was not worth his time. And all of these Knights of Bretonnia continue to fight in this forest. Actually, yeah, fighting in this forest is also a problem. So some whoopsies here from Bretonnia, just relying on, like, the faction's overall strength. As they fight in a forest which has a debuff for all of your cavalry, they're fighting against spearmen, and they left their lord in a 2v1 that was beating his ass for a bit. He rolls over and absolutely curb stomps Alarielle. She's not going to tear her out because she has, like, that Boon of Isha thing that gives everybody around her some magic damage, I think. Magic damage and immune to psychology. That was really loud. Is that a gunshot? Don't know what that was. I will listen for it again. If it happens again, it was a gunshot. If it doesn't happen again, it was a car crash. Alright. So Larry manages to survive. She probably has some more healing, though not a Star of Avalon, so she's going to have to rely on Earthbloods if there even are any. And Lewin is just hunting her down. He has realized that he can't fight with the Handmaidens forever. He needs to go deal with her, and Phoenix King just surrenders at that point. Dragon Princes, despite all of their support, one paid for itself, the others did not. Handmaidens did well. Good for you guys. Larry did okay. Lava and Seaguard did fine. And Spearman, wow. That Spearman did really well. The others did not. For Bretonnia, Lewin did fine. Grail Knights still did really well, despite all of the focus that Phoenix King put on them. And the Knights of the Realm did okay. Trebuchet got close to paying for itself. And peasants to peasant things. So GG. Well played to Phoenix King indeed. He slammed through a lot of the tournament, came up against Blood Penguin and fell short, though he had some spicy builds, some spicy memes. And he did beat me, so did better than I did. Blood Penguin will be your winner today. I was honest at the start of the stream when I said I haven't seen Blood Penguin on form in a while. Love the guy. He's still a really great player, but he hasn't been playing out of his mind in a long time. And today he was playing back on form. You could really see it. Like, all of his stuff was crisp, didn't really forget any units, didn't make any mistakes, things like that. So it's good to see. I was a little worried he was burning out from playing too much because he had just been absolutely grinding. And we all need a break from time to time, but it seems like he can turn it back on when he absolutely needs it. So GG, well played to him. Thank you to Cool Umbrella for hosting the Friday night fights over the course of the last couple months and then hosting this playoffs. I was just your caster today. This was not my tournament. And chat seems to be very in favor of pizza. So I guess I will do that. Yar. Yar. Oh, wow. Okay, sorry, I got some news. That's interesting. All right, for anybody who was just like, I want to see the end result, give me the overview. Here's this. Phoenix King clowned on me, got a bye for an Umbrella, clowned on Sabrus Regnum, and did not manage to beat Blood Penguin. Yeah. Okay, I shouldn't say clowned on Sabrus, that's not nice. I can say that about myself, but I shouldn't say that about other people. What do we have coming up for you this week? I don't know the exact times yet, but we will have a new player tournament, as we do every week. Then we have a Gladiator stream that I'm going to do. I still need to schedule that and figure out when to do it. But I will be doing Gladiator. So whatever time zone the new player tournament is, the Gladiator being the other time zone. If you don't know what Gladiator is, it is a very fun format that we do on the channel where one army gets more money than everybody else, but it's stuck that way. And any unit that is shattered or killed is cut from the build forever, and we see how long this larger army can last. And we give it a narrative, so like if they're fighting something, I'll talk about like, well, they entered into the realm of the Wood Elves, and the Wood Elves are ambushing them now, and after that, they went north to Astalia. You know, that would be south to Astalia or something, but you get my point. So we'll be doing that, new player tournament, and then I believe I have another one of Cool Umbrella's events to cast next Sunday. So 3 streams next week. Should be good. Okay. Goodbye.